Now let's begin the story.
That time, motherfuckers. Dub down, motherfuckers.
H-Town's finest 16 Shots Podcast.
I'm lightning with the blam blam.
Yo, what's good, man?
Oh man, chilling, can't complain. What's going down with you today?
Before we even get started, we're gonna address the elephant in the room. I don't want this to be lingering throughout the pod, and you be dropping, hints and little subtle digs. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, 6ix9ine did do a video. Yes, it was in Uganda, and yes, the song kind of go hard, man. But he's a capable artist.
6ix9ine did a song in Uganda.
Yeah,
with your countrymen.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. So if you wouldn't have said nothing, I wouldn't even know.
Oh well. Getting that.
Was it a fire song though? I mean, is he on his typical 6ix9ine bang bang shoot 'em up gangster shit, or was it a different temperature?
I've only heard like a snippet of it. So I can't give you an honest. I remember. Was he with
a Ugandan artist?
Nah, he just been in Uganda for a while.
Oh, so after wait a minute. So after they put hands on him in the gym, he went to Uganda?
I mean, yeah. That's where he's shooting. He's shooting a video. He shot the video in Uganda. And he's like with the people, you know what I'm saying, and giving them money. Typical 6ix9ine, you know what I'm saying?
Typical 6ix9ine shit, doing charity.
Yeah. Giving them hundreds
each.
Yeah.
Tax write-offs while he's shooting this video in Uganda.
Why are you being a hater, man? Why are you?
Because he can't shoot it. He can't shoot it nowhere else.
That's hating, bro.
What's hating?
That is hating, bro.
How is the tax write-off hating? Everybody who gives to a charity writes that shit off for their taxes. That's the whole purpose of it. I'd rather, instead of pay the IRS these dollars, I give them to a charity so I can claim it on my taxes, and I ain't got to pay the IRS. If I got to pay out X amount of dollars, instead of me just paying the IRS, I might as well give it to a worthy cause. So it's not hate at all.
What I'm saying is, do you think that's his motivation, or just a byproduct of his? That's just a byproduct of his actions. You think that's his motivation?
No, I think the tax write-off is his motivation.
Yeah.
No, I don't think the tax write-off is his sole motivation.
I also think that before he had taxable income, he was still doing the same thing. So when he was getting the money through it's not nefarious per se, but just when he was hustling hand to hand from the street, he wasn't paying taxes on, you know what I'm saying?
6ix9ine, you man still.
No, but I'm just saying, I keep it real with whoever, man. I ain't got no grudge against him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but I'm saying that before he even got with a large label and had all this situation going on when he was coming up, one of his staples was doing this thing. And also one of his staples of coming up was being able to get money straight from the streets to his, you know what I'm saying, his fan base was straight from the streets.
Was this before or after his antics of wearing shirts that said, "I'm a nigga"? I'm just asking.
I think this is after.
Okay.
The shirts came before he started rapping.
Okay.
Shit, even in that's letting you know what kind of that he's, and we can move on from him, but I was talking with a couple people about certain things and a certain word kept coming up, and it kind of dawned on me that like creativity is the spark of genius, right? Creativity. And where I'm gonna take this, you have no idea where I'm going with this. right now,
I never do.
You're totally in the dark.
Literally and figuratively, I'm in the dark. Yes.
Where I take this is gonna be, you're gonna be like, well, how we got here?
I'm always
Creativity is the spark of genius, right? So like, you could have two things that are very, very good, that are great almost, or even great, and the separation between the one and the other is how creative was this one, as opposed to how like Tim Duncan should be the GOAT, bro. And it's not even where I'm going with it, but Tim Duncan should be in any greatest of all time discussion.
He is.
I mean, they talking about LeBron and Jordan. It should be Tim Duncan and Kobe and LeBron. Like, Tim Duncan doesn't get talked about in the same breath with LeBron, but not only did Tim Duncan beat LeBron a couple times, Tim Duncan has 5. If it wasn't for a 3-point shot in the corner, Tim Duncan, just like Jordan, 6-0. First year in the league, he all first team NBA. He all rookie team. He's second team all defense as a rookie.
Have you come full circle yet with your creativity and spark of genius?
No.
So you got derailed. You got out.
I'm still going in the same place.
Okay.
I'm just saying, and the reason why people say that most of the time, because like his game was bland. It wasn't creative. It wasn't like he didn't have the flash to some other players, right? And it wasn't creative. So it's like, oh man, to say that Outkast, this is where I was going with it. Outkast is better than UGK because, and I'm willing to have a conversation about this for the entire pod.
It can go either way. I'm not talking about Outkast and UGK for the entire pod. It can sway either way.
Well, I'm saying the reason why it would always have to sway towards Outkast.
That's not true. That's not a true statement. Say in your opinion, it has to sway towards Outkast. Well, in your opinion, it has to sway towards Outkast.
In my opinion, the reason why there will be more people that are going to sway.
In your opinion, it has to sway towards Outkast. Stop trying to put that sauce on it and make your opinion fact. Just say in your opinion.
I didn't say it's a fact. I said in my opinion, I think that more people, and the way I say more people because it's fact that Outkast. Well, it's not fact. They sold more records.
It's not.
The Outkast sold more. It's a fact that Outkast sold more records than UGK, bro. Yes, it is.
I'm saying your opinion ain't a fact.
No, and I'm saying it's the fact that Outkast sold more records than UGK, right?
Okay, wonderful.
Right? Is that a fact?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It is a fact. It's a fact.
If you say
it's
so.
A fact.
I'm not going to argue.
So what I'm saying is, in that fact, being that's the only fact that we can for sure say in any measurement stick, that's the one fact that we have. You can say who is better. Okay, that's an opinion. Who's better or worse? And then after that, I'm not saying either one is bad. I'm saying they're both great. But I think the separating factor is because Bun B is an excellent rapper. Bun B is a better rapper than Pimp C, in my opinion, in many's opinion. And Bun B is one of the best rappers. Andre 3000 is one of the best rappers. The difference between Andre 3000 and Bun B is the creativity that Andre 3000 has. That is not saying that he's better, but I'm saying that his creativity attracts audiences that Bun B never really gets a hold to. Not because he's not good, but because Andre 3000's creativity will have him kind of jumping over genres or merging genres of music. Whereas Bun B is just going to be a great rapper, just like Whitney Houston's a great singer. Whitney Houston not going to start doing, well, let me see somebody's live, sorry. Fantasia Barrera is a great singer, but she's not going to stop singing to try to be the best female rapper. She might do a rap or two, but she's not going to stop singing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, it didn't take away from her greatness, but that, in my opinion, is the only separating factor between Outkast and UGK. is the creativity. And that's why they have a larger audience to an extent. They probably because it's like I said, it's people who I don't really like rap. Yeah, people might say that, you know what I'm saying? But they'll like Hey Ya, or they'll like some of them, Love Below songs.
Gotcha.
By a rapper.
Okay.
Why would you say UGK would win the conversation? What would make you think what would you think somebody from UGK? What would you think somebody who feels that UGK is always a better group?
I think it just depends on what that person truly likes. While I do believe that 3 Stacks is top 5 dead or alive when it comes to rapping, you do have some people who like Outkast as the rap group. They didn't like some of the extracurricular things that 3 Stacks did when it came to singing and Love Below and all of that and the Idlewild feel. And not everybody liked that. Some people like, UGK at its core. Bun B at its core, especially on its features. So I think when it comes to the UGK Outkast conversation, I really think it's kind of 50-50. Because even me as both a UGK fan and an Outkast fan, and I actually do understand what you say about Andre 3000. I like some of the eccentric stuff he did. I'm still 50-50. If you had to put a gun in my head and tell me name which one I like better, I don't know if I could. I think I like both groups equally for what they do. It could be because I am a lover of music, so I can appreciate some of that stuff that Outkast did. That could have been, at that time considered pushing the envelope, or 3 Stacks with his Love Below and Speakerbox thing, eccentric. The Idlewild soundtrack was a different sound as well. So I'm kind of on the fence, honestly, with UGK and Outkast. Now, I do believe that Outkast, I agree with you. I think Outkast probably have maybe the bigger commercial success. They might have some bigger records when it comes to crossing audiences. I'll give you that. I do agree with that. UGK is more southern rap, southern trap, if you want to call it something like that. Country rap tunes, country rap music, like that boy Pimp C used to say. So I can agree with you on that.
But Atlanta is, Outkast is early Atlanta.
Hold on, that time out though, because I realized within the past 18 to 20 months, Atlanta don't fuck with 3 Stacks the way everybody else outside of Georgia fuck with 3 Stacks. I found that out, and I didn't know that. I thought that, in Atlanta, 3 Stacks and Outkast would be like gods, and from my understanding, Atlanta doesn't hold 3 Stacks in the same light that the rest of the United States or world does. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't.
I don't know why they don't. I mean,
but they don't.
It may be because maybe the same way people feel like Destiny's Child or any act that just goes mega, they feel like they lose. What is people's? I'm asking the question. I don't know the answer. Why do people be so proud of being street or keeping it street or wanting to get money from the street? Like, what is it? Is it the crowd like saying I'm independent? Is it like saying like I don't understand. Like I don't know.
Why are people so proud to be street?
Yeah,
I just think because they think it's cool. I think it's a piece of it is ignorance. The other piece is they think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's glorified in a certain sense. Like growing up as a child or as a teenager or whatever, bro, the gangster movies was glorified. The gangsters were glorified. So, to some people, that is their version of a rock star or athlete. At certain point of times in certain cities, depending on where you was, the Doughboys had more money than the athletes or the musicians. They, the rappers and the musicians or the athletes wanted to live like the Doughboys. So it's just the allure to it. It's the same thing that attracts people to fast money or to Hollywood or or to whatever, they look like success. And for some people, that success was gained in the streets, and it's fast money. So I think that's why some people are drawn to it, and they think it has a cool element to it. You know, they say the females like the bad boys, stuff like that. And I think it's kind of rooted in ignorance. You don't know better, and then it's a trap sometimes. You know, people get used to the fast money, and it's just it's attractive. It's shiny, bro. So
wow, man. If you think about it, that's kind of wild, man. How people be proud of the streets, like proud of it. Just like, yeah, I'm street. I think
real street. I think people who are truly in the street, people who are truly forced, if you want to say that, to be in the street, I don't think they're proud of it. I think a lot of the people you come across who are proud to be quote unquote street people, I think they're slightly posers, pretenders. They don't have to do that, and they think it looks cool.
I'm going to not do to you what you did to me.
What did I do?
No. Saying that it's an opinion. I mean,
no, it is my opinion. It's not fact. It's my opinion. Of course, it is. 100%. It's my opinion.
Yeah, but I would say, how important is it to be cool, man?
You asking me, like personally for me, or?
I mean, yeah, both personally and in your experience with others. Like, you know, I don't know.
I think some people it's extremely important for them to look cool or think that they're cool. For me, you know, everybody want to have some sort of coolness about them. You know, you don't want to be square. You know what I'm saying, or lame or whatever. So you want to have some sort of, you know, coolness or suaveness about you, and have some drip on you or something like that. So, you can't let it, in my opinion, you can't let that dictate your life and how you live. Though. Like I can't want to be so cool and I'm out here doing some bullshit that ain't me. You know, putting me in compromising situations. So, you know, you just got to be yourself, man. And if you look, I'm a blurred, I'm a black nerd a little bit. So, if you have the right conversations with me, it's gonna come out. You know, I'm a little reserved and laid back. You know, sometimes I'm like, you know, cool guy in the classroom. You know, I'm too cool to carry books. That's why I got a set of books at home and a set of books in my locker. You know what I'm saying? So it just all depends on how cool. So the ignorant piece would be, I'm too cool to carry books, so I'm just dumb and I don't do my work. You know, but I was cool enough to, you know, throw the books in the trunk of the car instead of having to walk around with a big ass backpack on.
That's interesting, bro. Things we do to be to fit in, kind of fit in, right? We do shit to fit in all the time.
It all depends. Like I say, it all depends. It all depends. I'm not gonna say I've never done things to fit in, because then I would be lying. I think everyone has done things to fit in, but also I've done things just because I think it's cool for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, 85% of the shit we do is to fit in to some category. Like, you know what I'm saying?
90% of the shit we do, 90% of the shit we do as men is for bitches.
I mean, I wouldn't go in that deep.
I'm telling you, I don't do shit to impress niggas. It's for the bitches.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking some a different way. I think it was.
What way you think? I probably was thinking that way too.
I was thinking as if the things that we do, like beyond just how we try to look and turn up and look good for, but then when we get her, now we gotta do all the shit. Like now, most of the shit we doing is for her too. You know what I'm saying?
100%. You out here, you know what I'm talking about? I guess now the young kids going to Steak 48, but whatever Steak 48 was back in our day, it was just regular Olive Garden. Yeah, I'm spending the whole check like I'm balling like that, bro. Like I ain't tricking, but you know, we're gonna go out, you know, to a nice little spot to the club, and I'm gonna buy you a drink. What was the drink the little bro used to like? Amaretto sour. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You buy the amaretto sour for her, get you a double shot Henny on the rocks. No, you can't afford but 2 drinks. Man, Jay-Z and Devin the Dude, they said it perfect, bro. It's the power of the PUSSY. That's why niggas get haircuts and try to dress fly.
You can't forget the other person who was one of the most intricate parts of the song was these 2 guys featuring Devin the Dude. It wasn't Jay-Z, it was R. Kelly and Jay-Z featuring Devin the Dude.
All fucks with Kels, man. I ain't blackball Kels just because of that. Yeah.
But you ain't say his name, and you
because I was more or less thinking of Devin's hook. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Niggas will do anything.
They will. He's a prime example of niggas would do anything.
Ooh. Wow. Where's R. Kelly, man? R. Kelly's going to prison for the rest of his life, man.
Yeah, it needs to be some people with him though. There needs to be a lot of people with him.
Bro, that just made me think about. That's just crazy. I mean, to tell somebody you going to prison for the rest of your life, man, that's a cold lick, bro.
I mean, it needs to be it needs to be way more people going to jail with R. Kelly than just R. Kelly, and a lot of these parents of these females, these young girls, need to be going to jail with them too. I think if the truth truly was told,
yeah,
A, he probably wouldn't be in jail that long, and B, it'd be a whole lot of people going with him.
What if
a lot of parents, a lot of managers, a lot of record label execs, a lot of them.
Do you think that's a punishment to R. Kelly?
What?
Or to any person? Like when you punish somebody, isn't there an element of prison is for reform? I know that there's no real reform in prison, but I'm saying like saying you made it, you felt like, of course you had different levels of crime and different, whatever, but some crimes are because of mental illness, you know what I'm saying, severe, slight. Some crimes because somebody has an addiction, you know what I'm saying, and they have a problem and they never got help for it. Whether it be drugs, whether it be sex addict, whether it be whatever it be. So now you sending me to a prison, right? And I hate that it's it's kind of like sounds like an R. Kelly conversation. But really, this is a prison conversation, bro. Like, are you really? You ain't trying to help me, bro. You ain't trying to help me, man. You proving the point that we don't care about people, man. We just want you to act this way.
So the American prison system is a business, and we know that. The privatized prison systems in America is a business. But outside of that, there should be reform when you're incarcerated. I do believe that. I do believe there should be some sort of reform while you're in prison. However, the other piece is you tell me the alternative. If you're saying, well, this person A, who flipped out and was this mass shooter or whatever, shot these 5 people, you know what I'm saying? Well, they suffer from a mental illness. What's the alternative than putting them in jail? No, you don't? Okay, folks, I think Boogie is gone. We'll pause. Is Boogie back?
It's like, I never left, man.
I ain't hearing
turn my back. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I feel you, man. Like the alternative, I don't know. It's like, I know we don't live in a utopian society where things go perfect or things are like, we're living in a capitalistic system that promotes, wealth, and wealth has become the end goal. It's like, oh, get your portfolio up, get the money, get the bag, you get money so that you can have generational wealth and blah blah blah. And in that shuffle, sometimes there's a section of people who get labeled and forgotten. You know what I'm saying? In that mold, and the people who fall outside of the categories that they built for whatever reason, they're super willing to throw the people away, man. Even if I created the systems, even if I created the reasons why they fucked off, I could create that whole system that fucked you off, but and made you not be able to fit easily into these pocket holes that I created. So if you can't force yourself into that mold, I'm gonna let you go burn somewhere or go sit somewhere till you're too old.
See, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, but I might not also understand exactly what you're saying. So I feel like when I'm doing, all right. So when you're doing some of these crimes, no, you're just the evil person doing some evil shit, and you probably need to be locked away for life. Even though I feel like, you know, I shouldn't judge. I shouldn't be the judge of you. I shouldn't be judging you to death. I shouldn't be able to say I judge you to death. But yeah, the person who is molesting and raping kids needs to be locked up. The person who is doing these mass shootings or bombings or running over people, they need to be locked up. You got a mental illness. You broke down. You couldn't deal with the pressures of life, so that drove you to doing whatever. To me, that's not an excuse, because we all deal with shit daily. Like,
well, okay, but I'm saying, like, let's go to with the statistics of the abusers. Most of the abusers were abused, right?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying. And so, and like this, and like it's literally like, if you don't have some kind of counseling, or if you don't deal with this issue, there's a large chance that you will normalize it and become that same, you know what I'm saying, that same, because it's whatever psychologically it fucks people like that. I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying, like, at what point do we say we need to try to help these people? Like, we have ticking time bombs in everybody for whatever reason. But when somebody is triggered from a trauma, we say, oh, you can't react like that. And I understand you can't react, but I'm saying I'm not right. I'm messed up in the head. Like I'm
that's no
I've been
excuse,
abused
though.
myself.
But that's no excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. We're not trying to find an excuse. We're never trying to find an excuse. What I'm saying is there's perfect example. You have a community flooded with crack and drugs. So the mothers of the kids are bearing addicted babies, right? Or babies that have a tendency have different situations going on, whether it be ADHD, whatever, right? So now when the kid can't sit down in class, you're like, oh man, this kid is unruly and bad. But it's like, man, y'all created a situation where these kids are gonna have a difficult time fitting into this mold.
Who would be y'all though?
The system that allowed these drugs to infiltrate these neighborhoods. So okay, even if it's not the school's fault or the school system's fault, but we do know that there's a catalyst over here that the end result is going to be the kids in the school are going to be different, right? So to compound that issue, you have people in the schools who aren't familiar with the neighborhood and or even the issue. They just thinking these is regular kids. Like it might be sometimes a color thing. It might be just a cultural thing. Like, I went to private school all my life, went to college, graduated, and they put me in the middle of the hood. I ain't never been in the hood. I don't understand the mentality of some of the kids. I don't understand the issues some of the kids might have, as opposed to somebody who was familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Why do we not put some of the responsibility on the parent? Like we got to put some of the responsibility on the parents and the communities. If you know your communities are flooded with this problem, as community leaders, we got to put a lot of responsibility on that to change the narrative in our communities. And then our parents in the household have to make sure we're doing our part to change that narrative as well. just because I was abused or just because I grew up around drugs or gangs or whatever doesn't mean I can't break that cycle. I must have done something right if I've been able to get from that point to this point and still survive. And now I've had kids. I got to do something to break the cycle as well. The problem comes when we're not doing anything to break the cycle. I do believe, and it's just my personal opinion, in some instances, before these people who have been abused or have been trapped in these systems, before they have the opportunity to repeat it, they have the opportunity to change it. Now, there are some aspects or some situations where that's not the case. But I do believe that, sometimes, and you can see the opportunities that some of these people have had to change that narrative and go a different way, and they chose to keep going down the way that they have been moving. So we do have to put some responsibility on ourselves to help change the narrative within our communities and within our own households. Like, we can't just blame the system for whatever the pitfall would be.
I'm not necessarily saying blame the system. I'm not even saying, like, I'm not trying to excuse anything or blame anybody. But it's like I say, if you have a set of circumstances that takes place, and now we have an end product, we have this thing, right? I ain't gotta blame and say whose fault was it or whose responsibility is to make it right. But I do 100% have to address the end result differently. I can't address this kid the same way I address, like, us were raised by a different generation, and it was different. It was different things. It was certain things that we might have done they before them, like not saying yes sir and yes ma'am might have been the ultimate thing. That generation decided. The next generation decided, like, oh man, we're not doing that, so we ain't gonna be shit on our kids about that. You know what I'm saying? Certain things phase out, certain things come in, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be soft parenting, like it's a lot of parents that soft parent now, you know what I'm saying? Because they say when they were kids and they got whipped, they feel like they didn't like how it felt and they didn't want nobody, you know what I'm saying? Things phase out, things phase in. But for 100% sure, knowing that some of these things phase out and phase out 2 or 3 generations, so me coming in from this different part of the world where that never phased out, and like you don't say, sir, man, hold up, man. I have to understand that this kid is different, and I can't hold them to a standard that they don't even know that standard exists.
But it's a big difference from that and then things that will land you behind bars, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's not a huge difference. Well, it's big.
It's a difference. To me, it's a difference. Like, it's a difference in raising a kid and having manners to say yes, ma'am, and no, sir, or whatever. Yeah. Bro, you can't do that. You can't go just randomly shoot someone because you feel away, or you can't randomly just go out robbing people because you're used to having a certain amount of money or shoes, like you don't want to work for something. It's a difference. You can parent differently and be the cool parent, but also instill morals into your kid, work ethic into your kid, and then. But go ahead.
But you can't deny that the society outside and the society they go into the world, they'll go into the world with your morals, but they also are hearing the pressure is different and even more intense than it was, because there's more ways to be pressured. It's more ways, like when you're young, you're impressionable.
You still know right from wrong.
You're right from wrong, but you like. That's on like I shouldn't do that, I should do that. There's a whole bunch of great stuff in there that's like, well, should you do this thing right here to gain money? Well, money's very important. So if I do this thing right here,
a lot of that gray area shit you talking about, if you're breaking the law, if it's right from wrong, if you should or shouldn't be doing it, and the risk you're taking when you're doing it. Like them guys that murdered 6ix9ine, not 6ix9ine, them guys that murdered X, Triple X for 40 bands. Them niggas knew what they was doing when they did it. They did.
Knew, but
they knew what they was doing when they did it. Now they might not have. Now all out of the three of them, they might not have said, "Look, we finna go kill this guy and rob him." But they knew what they was doing when they did it. When they went and ran up on this young man with loaded guns in hand to rob him, they already made they already made the decision that this shit could go left, and we finna get this money by any means necessary. And once you did that, you know what you're risking. You know what you're doing. You know.
Yeah, you know. Yes, but I'm saying, and you know, but then in the same breath, it's like if I'm today. Let's make it lighter. Today, I ended up going to the gym after practice, and I ended up having some kids that some kids that I used to coach like 5-6 years ago, some kids I got now. It was all in there, the seniors, because LA Fitness and whatever. So this football team come in, a football size team, So in my head, I'm thinking, man, I'm gonna have to do a lot. They're gonna be intimidated, but they wasn't. They wasn't, and they kind of stood up. And the smallest one stood up. The smallest one that I thought was gonna be. I gained the respect for him, right? And so, as he's talking in my head, I'm thinking about the 40-year-old, how this can end up, what can happen. And I'm also thinking to myself, the 20-year-old myself would have done the same thing he was doing, right?
But I mean, you're talking about a competitive game of basketball, right?
No. I'm talking about the bickering or the verbiage I'm using towards the other team. You know what I'm saying?
What are they doing though? Like they're playing basketball. They're competing in a game, right?
We're competing, yeah. But as we're competing, the conversation intensifies. So now we're talking about basketball, but we're raising the aggression level to we at the peak where this is a 40-year-old talking. The 40-year-old is like, man, the next step is fighting. I already know, ain't no. The next logical step in this situation is fighting or physicality because I'm older and I know. But in the same breath, when I'm 20, when I'm doing that, I'm feeling the same way, doing the same thing. I know, you 20. You want to keep going and keep going, and you think you can keep going, right? You trying to impose your will on the person in front of you, whatever. And so I say all that to say that the 20-year-old mind, but you're not as mature as the 40-year-old mind, as the 30-year-old mind, right? And so I agree with you that, yeah, they know what they're doing. They knew that chance they were taking, but they knew it as like 18, 19-year-olds. They ain't know it as 30, 40-year-olds. So that should be taken into account. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not excusing them. I'm just saying, like,
no, I don't agree with that. No, it shouldn't be taken into account. If you was man enough to roll up on somebody with a weapon to rob them and kill them, you man enough to go to jail and take that charge, whatever that is. If there's go to jail for life, you go to jail for life because you took a life off of some ignorance. Now, it's a difference between that and I'm hooping against a bigger team and I'm giving them just as much trash talk as they giving me, and it's an intense game because it's a game that's being played. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that's just the game we playing, bro. And after whoever win, bro, we can walk to our sidelines and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing final.
That's not how it goes.
I've not been in too many, like, I have not honestly been in too many broil fights when it came to sports, bro. I have not.
You ain't been in no fights when it comes to sports.
I said I have not been in too many fights when it comes to sports. I have not been involved in melees during events all the time. It may have happened once or twice, and it came after because playing football, and it was a dirty hit. it wasn't too much jawing at people. Yeah, we've had people jawing at us at a adult basketball game over some bullshit because one team was talking too much shit, and that was a one-off between people who didn't like each other. But if it's just an intense pickup game of basketball, like I've never experienced too many people getting shot over a basketball game. I've seen people come to blows over a basketball game over a hard foul, or them two dudes got history. They really don't like each other, over that little female over there or something. But just to say we hooping and ain't no history outside of y'all bigger than us and we talking shit to each other, I ain't seen too many fights break out over that. And I think that situation is different opposed to someone who is willingly breaking the law and has to accept those consequences of breaking the law.
You seen Kevin Garnett, his show where he talks about the first time he's played with Scottie Pippen and Jordan.
Yeah, he almost got his ass beat.
No, he's the one he was the one with the goons. And he was like, I had these niggas in here kill you. And they shut down the whole thing because, because that aggression was going to turn real.
No, that was ignorance though. Because I'm going to tell you why it was ignorance, because you're competing in a basketball game and you got goons with you that you want to kill a professional basketball player. That's fucking stupid.
What I'm saying is the mindset of Kevin Garnett at that age is not mature enough to, like, if I came up in this and this is all I know. Okay. I don't know no different.
And if you would have had,
I've never had no role models.
And if you would have had goons, and see, I don't believe that, because if you're Kevin Garnett and you got to that level of basketball talent, you've had to have some role models in your life who steered you in the right direction. If you that much of a street dude, but you're that much, let me finish. If you're that much of a street dude and you're that talented on the basketball court, that let me know that you've played on some teams and you have been somewhat mentored by some older men. That means that Kevin Garnett has ran across the coach boogies of his neighborhood or his area that have helped him stay on the right track to grow to the professional he is. I guarantee you, if you have a conversation with Kevin Garnett and you talk to Kevin Garnett about how he got from where he started to where he is now, he'll tell you along the way he's had some people in his life that has helped him stay on the right track.
So what about the ones who don't? Like you can, like, Michael Beasley is a great example of somebody who didn't have somebody put him on the right track. What's his name? Man, it's a bunch of guys. Anyway, not to get sidetracked. I'm saying that yes, you might. There's a chance you could have a mentor, but it's also like you might come across the guy, the coach that can give you everything you need because you're 17 or 18 and have this talent. You can be like, man, fuck you, I'm going somewhere else. I don't want to hear this shit. You don't have to take that shit.
I've been on teams and seen guys who had stupid talent and there were the right mentors in place and they just chose not to listen. But they chose not to listen.
Yeah.
And that goes back to
because they're young, bro.
But that goes back to what I previously said was a lot of times when you see things go off the rails, you can see the places where we had the opportunity to stay on track. And for whatever the reason is, we chose to make a decision to go left. And sometimes when you big and bad enough to make that decision to go left, you got to deal with them consequences.
I think that I feel. I think. I don't feel. I feel. I mean, I don't feel. I think. I feel. I feel like making it seem like the kid making that decision is proof that he's an adult or that he's grown enough to make the decision. Is proof that he's not grown up. If he was grown up to make that decision, he would know it's a bad decision. Like, I'm not saying that he doesn't know it's bad, but like Kevin Garnett at that point wasn't mature enough to understand, nigga, I'm with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, nigga. I'm at a high school. I'm in high school still. And there's goons around me because that's who I grew up with. That's what I know.
And that's why,
like Chris Webber was the same way until he went to prep school. Chris Webber was the same way.
And that's why,
you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy that John Morant to the world are hooping with these high schoolers that in some instances have nothing to live for because they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, at 16, 17, I didn't make the right decisions all the time. But at 16 and 17, I knew some shit I wasn't supposed to be doing. I knew that shit was wrong. Yeah. So if at 16 and 17, if I chose to go left and do some shit, take a nigga life, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I got to deal with them consequences because at that point, I was grown enough to make that permanent decision. So now I got to live with it. Now, I might not fully have understood what I was doing, but I did it. So if I don't fully understand what I'm doing when I pick up this gun and aim it at somebody, I shouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
but I'm saying I don't know different, bro. I'm 16 years old, and my grandfather carries guns.
I don't think ignorance is an excuse.
But I'm saying you keep trying. We're not looking for an excuse, bro.
But we're making one.
No, we're not, bro. Listen, an excuse is trying to pacify and cover it up. What I'm saying is, if this kid, it was born and bred in an environment that didn't teach him proper morals. This is the environment he's in. Then he goes to the school, and the school doesn't address that he has no morals, and they punish him more for not having morals. So now he has a bad experience at home. In school, he's not getting a good experience. So then he goes to the streets, and now his next set of love come from people who don't have any morals. And then he does something, and then he ends up doing something that's immoral. And now we're going to judge him on the same scale of somebody who's had these morals put in their life their whole life. I'm not saying that he's innocent, but I'm saying if there's no compassion for the person's situation, then that's cruel.
That's where that's where the reform will come in jail. Look, I get it. Some people, some it should be reform in jail. Look, some people are dealt a bad hand. 100%. Some people are dealt a bad hand. Let's say you have someone who's been molested in the household, and then they grow and they're 25, and now I'm a 25-year-old man and I'm a predator. I'm smashing 16-year-old females.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, you get caught now smashing a 16-year-old female, and you in court and you standing in front of the judge, and you telling the judge, well, shit, I ain't know no better because I was molested when I was 16. That's not a valid excuse. You're still going to go to jail. Now, when you say the compassion part should be when you go to jail, let's get you some reform instead of sticking you in jail and making you a more hardened criminal or something like that. And I think that's the piece that's missing. But if you are a sexual predator, you need to be off the street until you can be reformed to learn not to be a sexual predator. I can't just excuse it and let you stay on the street because you know what? Well, he was molested at 15, or he was molested at 15 by an older woman on his block. So, we
10 years later he becomes. So
10 years later he's smashing 16-year-old females. Yeah. We got to show him some compassion and give him a slap on the wrist and send him to counseling. Nah, that's not how that works.
But what I'm saying is, but also what you're saying is counseling isn't. What I'm saying is that why would I put somebody who has a mental deficiency, block, issue, something that's mentally, it's a mental issue with this person. This is a mental issue. If I was molested as a child, I have a mental issue because this wasn't processed. This is not normal for a child to be done like this. So forever in my life, if I don't get some type of counseling, I have this issue going on. It needs to be worked out. Some people work it out, some people don't. You know what I mean? But it's fair to say that it's something going on with me on the inside. So now when you're going to put me in the same jail with people who kill people out of anger. You're going to put me in the same jail with people who shoot people out of anger.
But if I'm listening to you correctly, those same people that are in the jail for shooting people, they could have had a mental issue as well. environment they grew up in, that's all they knew. So all they do. So now I got all of these people who may have had this mental trauma growing up that didn't know no better. I got them all in the same jail. I should have some reform for them. I shouldn't just sit them in jail and let it be a free for all and do what you want to do. I should have some reform. But the other piece is I can't, and I'm not saying you're trying to use it as an excuse, but what I'm saying is it can't be an excuse. Well, I ain't know no better. Let me get some reform.
I'm not saying it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it. Of course, I'm not saying to use it. I'm not saying an excuse. I'm not saying bring it up as a fact to say this is why you shouldn't punish me. I'm just saying when I tell you this and now you're going to punish me, to overlook that or not, or to give me a punishment that doesn't include that part is cruel and unfair.
Let me ask you a question. Stop. Let me ask you a question. You got kids.
Yeah.
You got a daughter.
Yeah.
25-year-old smashing your daughter.
Yeah.
Do you want him to go to jail, or do you want him to get reformed because he was molested as a teen?
Of course, the first thing I want to know. Of course, I would be upset. I'll be upset, and then they will be like, "Okay, this is a situation. This is what kind of kid he is. So and so and so and so." Because they don't tell you, what's going on. If he had been in a situation where he had been molested, and they're like, if you come in there and say throw him in jail, he going to jail, or put him in counseling. If it's on me, I'm gonna say put him in counseling.
He didn't show no remorse to the young ladies that he did that to. So no, you need to go to jail, bro.
How we know?
What you mean? He wouldn't have did it if he would have.
What you mean?
If the person was showing remorse, they wouldn't be the pedophile, or they wouldn't be the rapist. If they were showing remorse because it happened to them. If it happened to them and they wanted to be remorseful about it and they knew how it made them feel, and I don't want to make anybody else feel that way, if anything, I would be an advocate for not doing it. I wouldn't then go out and do it. And I get it. I have a question. Hurt people. But to me, that logic don't fly, because now you want me to show you some mercy because you were molested growing up, and so you molested somebody, or you killed you saw somebody killed growing up, so now you were a killer. So I was supposed to show remorse to you, but you didn't show remorse to none of your victims.
But I have a question. When you say, okay, so if I am sentencing somebody and you're saying, well, the reason why I'm sentencing you, I can't show you remorse because you didn't show remorse. So now I'm going to ask you, I'm like, okay, well, why is it that the people who go through this, there's a high percentage of them that become the same thing? Like, why is that? I'm asking, why is that? And when you can answer why is that, then come off that answer and then sentence me. You see what I'm saying? But
nobody can answer. But see, that's the thing, though. Nobody truly can answer why is this, why is that. Like, I can't truly answer.
You can.
I can't give you an answer of why this person is a killer. You know what I'm saying? I can't give you a definite answer of why this person is a rapist. But what I can do is say, you know what, man, you out here and you raped 3 people or you killed 5 people, and breaking that law holds these charges. All right?
Yeah.
And I'm finna sentence you accordingly. And when I sentence you accordingly, I'm also gonna get you. We should have some programs to help you for whatever it was that made you do what you did.
Yeah.
To me, that's how that should work. But just because I've dealt with trauma in my past life, you know what I'm saying, and then I did that because of that trauma, that doesn't mean like, well, shit, I gotta show you some remorse because you ain't really know no better because, you know, such and such did that to you. Nah, bro, like, because there's no justice for that victim. And then what is that person learning? Now what is that person learning? Because now, yeah, you know, I killed 2 people, but I killed 2 people, but you know, I was a victim of seeing deaths in my neighborhood as a kid, so I didn't know no better. So
Yeah.
let me do my 3 years and get out. Prime example, the teenager who was a part of the killing of Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
I think homie only got like 5 years because of his age.
Okay.
And okay, I don't agree with it though, because on one hand, you got 5 years for being a part of taking this person's life.
Yeah.
And we're saying you got them 5 years because you're a juvenile. And the person who was like, I think 1 year older than you got like the 30 years or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like you should have equally the same to that person, because you were involved in it. You made the decision to do that. Regardless if you knew exactly what you were doing or not, you were involved in that act. And at some point you knew you shouldn't have been doing it. You knew you shouldn't have been doing it.
That sounds cold-hearted, man.
No, you know what sounds cold-hearted?
What?
Pop Smoke dead and his mama having to bury her son.
Well,
It sounds cold-hearted when y'all ran up in the house and y'all murdered that dude, bro. That's cold-hearted. The fact that you were a part of let me finish. The fact that you were a part of that, of taking somebody's life over some bullshit.
Yeah.
Now look, I can understand if you defending your family and yourself, bro. Somebody run up on you, run up in your house, all of that. But nah, bro, you're a part of a breaking and entering, robbing, and you murdered somebody, bro. That was cold-hearted. So me sentencing you the time that fits the crime, that's not cold-hearted.
Hold up. So you telling me we went in there to rob somebody? You decided, not me, you decided to shoot him because I came with you. That means that I should get the same sentence as you.
You was with him. He had the gun. You knew he had the gun. You shouldn't have been with him. You shouldn't have been with him. That's what I'm saying. You keep giving the responsibility level to people who have never been given this responsibility level. If you're saying that that's the baseline of what a certain age should know, like if you're 15 years old, no matter what your circumstances, you should know this right from wrong. Yeah. I kind of agree with that. But then what I'm saying is there are people who are 15 years old who grew up in environments where your right and wrong, the level of morality of your right and wrong is too high for them. Like they have a million songs about it when they're saying, oh, in this place, your life ain't worth $1. We the murder capital. We take pride in saying we're the murder capital of the world. We talk about this. So in that environment, if I'm 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. So the goal should be to get some reform in those communities before these people make these life-changing decisions. You know what I'm saying? I agree. That's the goal. I agree. Now look. But what I'm saying is because just the other piece though, if you 15 years old and you kick my door in right now with a shotgun in your hand, it could be loaded or unloaded, and you kick my door in right now, I'm not finna stop because you 15 and I might be like, oh, you know what, man, he might not know what he doing. No, nigga, you getting shot in the face, you breaking my house because I don't know what your intentions are. You telling me they don't know no better. So he don't know no better. He might shoot me and my wife first. So no, nigga, if you kick in my door and you coming at us and you trying to rob us, whatever, you armed, I'm emptying the whole clip, bro, and then I feel bad about killing the 15-year-old later when me and my wife are still alive because we was minding our business.
Question: he kicking the door, he see your gun, he starts running. You shoot him in the back?
Nah, I can't shoot nobody in the back. That's against the law. I'm not shooting you in the back, bro. I'm not a murderous, trigger happy person. You break in my house. If you break in my house, first off, if you break in my house, you turn around and run. I can't shoot you anyway. And then secondly, if someone breaks in my house, and when I draw my weapon, and they turn and run, I'm letting them make it. They have turned and ran, bro. I'm safe. My wife's safe. My family's safe. They have turned and ran. Yeah. Now, if they don't turn and run, I'm putting the whole clip in their face, bro. Pause. But that's that's showing compassion. Even though you shouldn't be shooting nobody in the back. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga turn around and run away, I fucked up. I turned around and ran. All right, you got it.
I mean, yeah. All I'm saying is that the compassion I'm talking about is like, and what I'm saying is I agree with you. It should be more programs to try to stop it at the root. And there are programs that are there are programs that are grassroots, programs that are government assisted, that are state assisted, that are independently funded, that attack those type of issues. But there's a generation of kids that were 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in that space that they don't have programs like that for them. And so they end up in the court system, and yeah, they committed some crimes, but even in that, it's like you have to like, okay, I'm not saying there's no excuse for what you did, but there is a reasoning or a reason why you're even in the mind state or position to even want to go buy a gun or even have a gun. So why are you even in this situation? Okay, what are the influences in this environment? And
I agree with that, but I also feel like work that shit out while you locked up, and then once you get through with your sentence, you should be. And I know this doesn't happen. I know this isn't the reality, but you should be better prepared for being back in the public once you have satisfied your sentence and you've done the work. Now, I know this rarely happens because, from my understanding, it's not a lot of reform in our American prison system. But, like, prime example, and then we can move if you want to. This YSL RICO case. If they didn't know no better, they wouldn't be telling to get out of jail, first off. Secondly, if they didn't know any better, they wouldn't be telling to get out of jail. If they didn't know no better, bro, they wouldn't be turning on each other, telling to get out of jail. And then explain this to me. You got caught up in the RICO. You told. They let you out.
Yeah.
And you riding around and you get caught up on more gun charges again. Like, you knew better then.
But what I'm saying, I know better. But watch this. I know 100% better than to have guns, right? But I know
as a felon, yes.
But I also know that if I to drive from this point to that point, there's a 80% chance that I might be seen by somebody with a weapon who might try to shoot at me. So, and I have to go in this. If I don't go in this area, it's affecting the way I live and my businesses. So I have to go through this area.
But your business is already nefarious, though. So these aren't regular, everyday citizens who, you know what I'm saying, when I drive these 10 blocks, these 10 ops might shoot at me and I'm just going to the UPS to work. That ain't these people, bro. These are people who are involved.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, bro.
Hold on.
The dudes, time out. Let's be clear about who we're talking about. We're talking about the people who are caught up in the RICO case. We ain't talking about your average everyday citizens.
That's what I'm saying. There are people who are in the RICO case who might be producers, or they might be friends of the producer, or friends of the rapper, or friends of a friends of a friends, right? To the point where I'm associated with YSL. What I do is I'm a roadie, or maybe I'm something, but I have to go through this neighborhood to do business nefarious or not. It's an 80% chance that I might be seen. If they see me with the strap, I can keep going home. If they see me with no strap, I might have to fight. Or might have to. So what I'm gonna do?
I said felon. I ain't say law-abiding citizen. If you ain't got no felonies, bro. Felon. I ain't talking about the felons, bro. I'm talking about felons. I ain't talking about the law-abiding citizens, bro. I ain't got no felonies. I can ride around with it's constitutional carry. I can roll around if I want to protect myself. But if I'm a felon and I've done something that has provoked my privilege and my right to be able to carry that firearm, I'm breaking the law when I carry the firearm.
So would you rather break the law or be caught without your weapon?
I probably will stop doing the nefarious activities that's going to have me having to do the shit that keeps me with a weapon. And if I'm a felony,
I can't stop. Even if I stop, I'm going to go to the block. Hey, y'all, I ain't selling dope no more. So
why am I going to the block if I ain't selling dope?
I live in this neighborhood, though.
Move.
So I stop. That's how easy it is.
Move.
That's how easy it is. Just move. Oh, just move. Yeah.
Yeah, move.
It's not that easy for everybody to just move, bro.
If you want to do better and you don't want to get caught up in the bullshit dudes caught up in, move.
It's not that easy for everybody to just move.
I feel you, but you know what? If I really want to do better, remove myself from the environment, remove myself from the bullshit I was in to make sure I set myself up for success for later, I'm gonna remove myself from that environment. And if that means I gotta move, if that means I have to move from this side to that side, I will figure out a way to do it. 100%.
How I'm gonna move? How? So I'm
gonna figure just like at 20 years old, I figured out a way to get that to get that chain, to get them rims, to get that car to stun on these niggas. Then I can find a way to do something positive. I can go get a job. I can go get an apartment. I can go find somebody to live with so I can do that. I do whatever it is that I have to do to remove myself from that environment if that's what I want to do.
But I'm saying there are people who are not doing their various things, who are stuck in an impoverished environment because of finances.
I understand.
And you're saying just do what you got to do to move. If it was that easy, all I had to do was work hard to get out of the situation, more people would do it.
I don't know,
but there are obstacles. There are obstacles.
So we're not talking about the same thing though. We ain't talking about the same thing. I'm not talking about the person who was living in the hood until they can do better. I'm talking about the person who has to remove themselves from this environment that I have been participating in, and I need to do better for my life. Yeah, I'm moving myself from that environment. If I feel like I gotta have a gun on me to drive through these blocks because I've been a part of this gang or this group or this whatever, and I'm a felon now, and I've beat this case, and I need to be on the straight and narrow, I'm gonna find a way to get out of that environment to somewhere else where I can make it.
But I mean, that sounds.
It can't be no buts, appealing. Bro. It ain't no sounds appealing. It can't be no buts. It's either if you either want to do it or you don't want to do it, and that's with anything. It ain't got to just be anything nefarious like that. Look, if you want to be successful in life, I can't sit on my ass and just say I want to be successful and hope that something happens. I also have to move listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I also have to move and have actions with that. So prime example, let's say if I say, you know what, I want to be successful, I want to make $80,000 a year. All right, cool. Okay. I have that goal to do it. I'm in this low income situation. Now, if I don't start working on getting myself out of that low income situation, then me just saying what I want to do and not acting on it, that ain't gonna make it happen. I have to set a plan in place. Move? Listen, I have to set a plan in place and act on it.
What's the first move?
That is not what I said.
What's your first move?
What's my first move?
I'm asking you.
Oh, what's my first move? My first move would be to set up a plan of where I'm gonna get there. If I'm here at 30K and I want to get to 80K, let me set a plan in place. First thing I'm gonna do is find out what avenue am I gonna go down to get that 80K. Well, let me see what careers that are compatible for things I like to do that can get me to that pay grade. And then from there, I find out, okay, what qualifications do I need to get in that career path to get me to that pay grade? And when I find out what qualifications I need, okay, let me go enroll in school, or let me go enroll in this program, or let me go find the job that can give me the information that I need to get there. And then I build from there. And then I set short-term goals and long-term goals. As a felon, I find that avenue. Let me finish. No, you said I'm a felon, right? So as a felon, just because I'm a felon.
No, but I'm saying there's certain avenues I can't even go down some certain roads.
Okay, that's why you find an avenue that you can go down. Just because you're a felon doesn't mean that you can't accomplish that goal.
Well, no, if I'm a felon and I say, man, I want to open a daycare center.
You can't open a daycare center because you're a felon. So you got to find something else to do, because as a felon, you can't open that daycare center.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But what if before I became a felon, I ran a daycare center?
And then now that you are a felon, you got to find something else to do, because as a felon, you can't have the license to run that daycare center. Yeah, but you made. But let me go backwards. No, it ain't no exactly, because now you made the decision to do something to get you the felony. So you got to find a different way now.
And that's what I was saying. okay, yeah, you're right. But what I'm saying is the way you're looking at it, or the way that you're presenting it, and the way I'm taking it. Is not, I'm not saying you're saying this. I'm just trying to clarify so I can take it the right way. You're saying that if I make a decision, I gotta live with the consequences, right?
We all gotta live with the consequences of the decisions we make. Yes.
Yeah. So now, and what I'm saying is that the consequences of your decision, when whoever I am, the judge, or asked to quantify your punishment phase, I'm gonna be like, okay, just like they say they do. What's his priors? What's his history?
Yeah.
They ask those questions, right?
Yeah.
If you see a history of certain things, these check marks that would make it hard or harder for somebody to not go down this path, and there even might be indicators like that this person has never really been told about this. They never had an environment that had people who were giving them proper morality or proper direction. In fact, they were around people who were giving them bad, and they grew in this bad 28-day theory. I do some 28 days straight, I'm gonna do that. So if I'm doing this bad thing 28 days, 28 months straight, and I get caught doing it, it's like we're taught to hate the police. We're taught to like fuck the police, fuck 5-0. We're taught that. Why would a law-abiding citizen hate the police?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounds like a bunch of excuses and bullshit. That's what it sounds like.
I'm asking you a question. Hold on. I asked a question. Why would a law-abiding citizen hate the police?
I don't hate the police.
I didn't say you did. I said, but why would a law-abiding citizen hate the police? A law-abiding
citizen wouldn't hate the police unless they were witness to police brutality. Someone who's breaking the law, probably the person who's breaking the law is going to say fuck the police more than a person who's a law-abiding citizen.
What I'm saying is, we are taught.
Who was we? Who was we were taught at a young age?
That's
bullshit. I can't co-sign that. I can't say that.
Okay, you don't have to. You ain't got to co-sign.
I'm not saying that we in all of our communities have been taught to say fuck the police at a young age. No, we have not been.
In our communities, in my opinion, we embrace the thought of fuck the police. We embrace the thought of the police are bad.
Yes,
right.
I can agree with that.
So
in certain aspects,
and what I'm saying, yeah, and so they'll say, well, the police are always messing with us, right? But there's some fact to that. There's also a fact that the people who are getting messed with the most are the people who are doing things that are nefarious. The problem is not that the police are doing this stuff to these bad people who are nefarious. The problem is the police are grouping all of one sector of people and treating them like they all nefarious. People don't have a problem with the cops beating up people doing bad stuff. We got a problem with cops people beating up innocent people.
That ain't got nothing. But see, that's not this. That has nothing to do with what we talking about. That has nothing to do with what we talking about, though.
Okay, go all the way back. All the way back. All I'm saying is that, one, I agree that you would want to strive to get out of the situation, of course, but there are people in situations that can't just move out of the situation. I could have been born into this game. My mama was a so-and-so, and I live over here. I'm 18 years old. I might not have enough. I might not have the grades to get to college. It ain't nothing to do with me being a good student or nothing. I'm not good with books. I want to go to mechanic school. It costs this much. I you know what I'm saying? Like there are physical.
Go get a job. Pay for it yourself.
Okay, now I get plus. Okay, cool. I agree. I do that. But I gotta live in this neighborhood and walk up and down the streets.
Okay, it's too many examples of people who grew up in the same neighborhoods, impoverished neighborhoods, and one person wanted to do something positive and one person chose to do something negative, and the same two people from the same two blocks had the same experience and the same chances, and one person did positive, and one person ended up in jail. Like it's for as many examples as you can see where it went left because they were a product of their environment. You have examples where somebody didn't go left and chose to remove themselves from that situation. So I don't.
So
at a certain point, it got to be some accountability for your actions.
You keep going back to me. I'm never saying that the person who commits the crime is not accountable for their crimes. I'm never saying that.
But you are.
But I'm also saying I'm not. I'm telling you why. I'm
saying you are. It comes across that way a little bit because you're saying, well, where's the remorse for that person who grew up in that environment and end up doing that crime? And
you know why? Because I know why. Because if a white kid can go to the court and be like, no, he shouldn't get this much time. He was raised in this environment, and that environment will break him. And that is a viable thing that they say.
And that's bullshit as well.
Hold up. It's not even have to be white or black. Kids who from an affluent situation will go and be like, and the judge is compassionate enough because it makes sense. You don't put no bunny rabbit into a den with a bunch of wolves.
That's some bullshit too.
If
I don't give a fuck if that bunny rabbit picked up a gun. Nah, because it's bullshit.
Yeah.
If that bunny rabbit picked up a gun and decided to shoot 8 people and then put his ass in the den with the wolves because he chose to be a wolf to them 8 people he killed. So that's bullshit that you're saying. And I'm not saying you're bullshit. I'm saying that analogy is bullshit.
No. What I'm saying is, but we can't use the example of a person who shoots 8 people.
Okay, fuck it. The kid who they said suffered from affluence and he didn't know no better because he decided to take pills and get drunk and ran into somebody and kill somebody as a drunk driver or intoxicated driver. Nah, bro, I don't want to hear that bullshit. Put him in the jail with the wolves for his 5 or 6 years or whatever it is, or 10 years, whatever it is that fits that crime, because he did it.
Now, question: if he dies in prison, how do you feel?
Fine, because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I feel fine. Because how do them people feel that they got ran over by him while he chose? Or he or she chose to be intoxicated. How do they feel?
But that was an accident, bro. Like how you?
What you mean? How was an accident? You chose.
It's an accident, bro.
You chose to operate a vehicle impaired on purpose. Like you got drunk, high, whatever, and then you chose to go out there and drive and kill somebody. You chose to make that decision.
Yeah, but you punishing me with the tone and the intent to say because you chose this decision, this you knew this was going to happen. You chose.
No, you're being.
Hold on. Let me finish. I'm saying, yeah, I chose that, but I also have made secure plans to be somewhere at 10 o'clock, and I got an accident at 9 o'clock. Hold on. Let me finish. So what I'm saying is, I'm showing you that my intention wasn't to ran into somebody.
Hey, fuck your intention. Fuck your intention when you made the decision to get drunk, pop pills, and go drive. Once you chose to do that, you chose to put people. You chose to endanger the lives of people around you, and if you just so happen to run over somebody and kill them, then you got to do the time to come with that crime. No matter what your intent could have been to make it to my girlfriend's house to Netflix and chill, but instead, I killed 2 people on the way because I was inebriated and driving. No, them people. Why should I show lenience on you because you had the intent to go to your girlfriend's house and Netflix and chill? Hey, them people who were sober and had the intent to go to HEB and go back home, and now you took that father or that mother away from their kids. They can't come back from that. They can't come back from your intent that you didn't mean to kill nobody. I ain't mean to do it, but you did it. So you go do your time.
So question. No. Okay, so if we drive down the street, if I'm driving down the street and I have an accident and it kills somebody and I'm sober as fuck, we made a mistake in driving and we hit and they died.
That's different.
Hold up. But I can't bring. They gotta live with that too, right?
But that's different though.
I'm just saying, I gotta live with that too, right?
You gotta live with it, but it's different.
So what I'm saying is.
But do you know? But do you understand the difference though?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm asking you. Do you understand the difference?
I understand there's different circumstances. Yeah.
So what are the different circumstances?
One person was impaired, or person wasn't.
Okay, so one person was impaired operating the vehicle on substances. So at that point, you're breaking the law, operating said vehicle impaired on restricted substances while driving, correct? And then in the other example, I am totally sober. It was just a freak accident. Those are two different conditions.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this, that if you're telling me, well, I'm saying that the punishment for this other guy here, I understand the punishment can't be based on the victims, on the survivors.
The punishment is based on your breaking the law and what that is punishable by law since you broke it.
Yeah, but okay, so is it justice blind?
What do you mean is it justice blind?
It's justice like, okay, this happened. You broke the law this way. This is how we punish you.
It should be. If you're a repeat offender, if this the third time you've been in my court for DUI or driving impaired, and on this time you killed somebody, I'm punishing you to the maximum extent because this the fourth time you've been in this courtroom for this thing. So you clearly haven't learned that you shouldn't be doing this. How am I gonna have remorse for you because you intended to just go to your girlfriend's house? You didn't intend to kill somebody high. Why should I have remorse for you?
I mean,
you didn't have remorse for nobody. You should
always have remorse. You should always have remorse, bro.
But you didn't have remorse for nobody when you got in your car high and you was driving reckless and killed somebody.
Why would I have I have remorse at this point? I do, but when I was doing it,
you had remorse when you was doing it.
Why would I have remorse when I'm doing it? When I'm not trying. I'm just trying to go somewhere.
You shouldn't even did it. If you wanted to get high
every time you something
listen,
you
if you wanted to get high, and look, I've been guilty of driving intoxicated. So this goes for me too. If I'm driving intoxicated and I hit somebody and kill somebody, bro, I fucked up. So I can't get in front of the judge in my eyes, and this is only my opinion. I can't get in front of the judge and expect leniency when I was out of bounds. I was intoxicated and I took somebody out of here before they time from my reckless acts. You know what I'm saying? If you want to keep it a buck, if I wanted to go to the bar and get that intoxicated, then I should have got an Uber home, or I should have got a Lyft home, or I should have called somebody to take me home. But instead, I chose to grab the keys, get in the car, boom, and do what I did. I can't expect leniency because to that family, I wasn't lenient when I killed their loved one, because that's how they looking at it. They looking at they looking at the fact that you chose to make that decision, and your poor decision took somebody away from us. It's a difference if it's just a freak accident. I'm driving home from work, and you know I hit a pothole, blow the tire, and jump a lane and kill somebody as in a freak accident.
Oh no! I make a illegal turn driving and hit somebody. I'm in the wrong. I made an illegal turn. I shouldn't have turned right here, and I hit somebody and kill him.
That's totally different from me being inebriated and making a turn and killing somebody.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just saying that there has to be. It's always compassion, bro. It's always compassion. It's just the argument. The argument that the way people feel is like the compassion is divvied out in different ways. Like if you're O.J. Simpson, you got a different compassion. Your whole situation had showed compassion. Nigga, they got behind you in the car and slow drove behind you because you O.J. and we got compassion for you, bro.
He was a celebrity though, and he had Marcus Allen in the car with him.
He had Al. It was Al. But
somebody was in the car with him. I don't care who was in the car, but he O.J. Simpson. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
Same
saying.
thing with
That's
Donald
compassion.
Trump. That ain't compassion, bro. That's just a celebrity, and it is what it is, bro. And a lot of this shit with these people of affluence, that ain't compassion. It's my parents got enough bread to have this lawyer to pay off this judge. That's what that should be, bro.
Well, okay, what I'm saying is this. I'm saying that the way that it's viewed through the words of the law and through the law lingo jingle, the way they speak to each other, is they'll say the reason why this person's sentence is this is because they have a history of that, and that's why the court showed leniency.
I do agree. Is bullshit to me. So
I agree that it is influenced by that person's celebrity, that person's money, that person's status in the world. But that the reason their status, their celebrity, their what they have is used in real life to gain, like Tory Lanez was trying to use his fame to say, man, why would I do this? And because I'm famous and I'm Tory Lanez, I can afford money. The lawyer gonna say, man, look, my client is a singer. He don't have flight risk, man. He don't need to go to jail, sit in jail for 6 months. He'll come back to trial, So you get the compassion of the courts and leniency to not throw you in jail for shooting somebody in the foot. You can go back to Canada and do shows for 6 months. We'll come back and do this in 3 months. I mean, I'm just saying that. I mean,
now if you want to have a conversation about the cash bail system and being locked up until you're innocent until proven guilty, then I do believe in certain situations that person should be able to be free until their day in court, unless you've done a heinous violent crime. I don't believe that violent crime offend like if I have proof you did this violent crime, yeah, I need to set a bail high enough where you can stay in jail until your court date. You know what I'm saying? If I know you decapitated this nigga, you shouldn't be walking the streets free until you're found guilty. Like if I have evidence that says that, how's that racist?
Or that's classist.
How is that classist?
That's not racist. Because if I embezzle,
I got you on camera. Chopping off somebody's head, bro.
I
got you on camera shooting somebody in the face. You're murdering somebody, bro. Set that man high where he don't get out of jail. But if
hold on, let me finish.
I'm finishing. But if you because I wasn't finished. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
I'm finished.
You sure? No. Come on,
I'm done, bro.
Oh, I'm saying if I'm a executive at Exxon and I embezzle $300 million and I bankrupt these companies, I'm talking about the subsidiary companies, these families. They had to lose everything they ever had.
Sit in jail until your court date, nigga.
I should sit in jail too.
Sit in jail for your court date, nigga. But if I was out here and I was involved in a self-defense shooting and I just ain't got the 8 bands to get myself out of jail on a bond, that shouldn't be a thing. You know what I'm saying? If there's evidence that says this was a self-defense shooting, I shouldn't have no bond until I go to court, bro. I shouldn't have no bond. I should just get out of jail and have a court date. And then once I go to court, if that evidence shows different, then I go to jail. But if I do that shit, if I do some in-run shit, sit your ass in jail, nigga, until your court date.
Yeah.
But also, you know what I'm saying, just if justice is blind and it's truly innocent until proven guilty, then technically, you can't pick and choose. Everybody should have the opportunity to be free so they can defend themselves until proven guilty. I feel like if I want it to be for this person, it got to be across the board. So maybe that's why the cash bail system hasn't been reformed yet, because they don't know a way to be able to keep those violent offenders off the streets. Because I do think it's wild. Like you'll have some people who shot up 5 people or shot somebody at the corner store. You know what I'm saying? And then they out in a month, and then they be the ones that shoot 2 innocent people in the drive-by, or they be the ones that robbery went south, or you know what I'm saying. And then you find out, well, this person you know, this person was on bond for one murder case already, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that goes back to the original conversation of saying that this is a person who they're a product of this environment. So however you if you just sending me to jail and back and I'm getting 6 months or I can bond out, there at no point was my environmental issues addressed. I just went to a situation where I was around other motherfuckers who had the same environmental issues and wanted addressed. So they just told me how to work the system better. You know what I'm saying? Get you a lawyer next time, bro. Boom. Now, I'm gonna go back and do the same thing because I was never taught my lesson.
I personally know somebody right now who knew better, did some fuck shit, went to jail. Once they got in jail, start crying about being in jail. Oh, I want to be here. Oh, I'm going to do better. Oh, I shouldn't be here. Oh, this and that. Oh, and other choice. Yeah. Got out. Got the second chance that they had been begging for. Yeah. And instead of getting out, doing the right thing, they got out and went right back to that drug, went right back to that lifestyle that they didn't have to live, that they're only living for fast money, and is right back in the same situation again, on the run from the police and about to go back to jail. And then when they go back to jail, it's going to be the same sad song again. But this time you're going to be in jail. So you had the opportunity to do differently and you chose not to.
But I agree with you, but you're still not giving credence to the fact that
you're not holding yourself accountable.
No, I'm saying, listen, it's not about holding yourself accountable.
It is about holding yourself accountable.
No, it's not, bro.
100% accountability has to be at the forefront of your mind if you truly want to do better. You can't want to hold yourself accountable. You can't want to hold yourself accountable when you in the shit. And then once you get out the shit, then the accountability goes out the window and you go back to doing the same bullshit you was doing to get you there.
But I agree with you, but there's a step after holding myself accountable.
What is that step?
If I hold the next step is, okay, now I need help. I need help and resources. I need to have the resources to deter me, to help me deter myself. Because at this point, no, this is no longer conscious decisions.
But that goes back to what I said earlier. That goes back to what I said earlier. Where 9 times out of 10, you have had the help, or you can go get the help. You also have to go out and seek said help. I can't sit here and say I need help all the time, but then I don't take that first step to go get the help. I can't say I need help when I get in trouble, and then when I get that leniency, I don't go get the help. Because a lot of times people know they need the help, but they don't really want the help. But when they get in trouble, they say I need the help, and then once they get out of trouble, they don't go seek the help because they really don't want the help.
Do I have a chemical deficiency? Dependency?
It don't matter if I have the wherewithal to know I need the help. Go get the help. If I have the wherewithal to say I need the help and expect leniency, when I get said leniency, I need to have the wherewithal to go get the help. Because 9 times out of 10, once I got said leniency, I have been at least pointed in the right direction to get help. But you still gotta want to do it yourself, and that's that accountability piece. So if you don't at least make that first step, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help you. I don't know what to do with it.
You ever been chemically addicted to something?
100%, yes, sir.
What were you addicted to?
Cigarettes.
If you don't mind telling people.
No, we'll talk about this one. The first thing I'll talk about cigarettes.
How did you stop smoking cigarettes?
I held myself accountable. I told myself if I don't stop smoking these cigarettes, I'm gonna die. And so,
did you have any medical issues that helped you?
No, at the time I didn't have any medical issues that helped me quit smoking. Outside of I wanted to stop smoking. I wanted to be able to breathe better because I was smoking cigarettes a pack and a half a day. I didn't want to smoke them anymore, and I knew I needed to break this habit before it got worse, and it brought health challenges on. So I stopped cold turkey. I held myself accountable.
Congratulations.
There are other things in my life that I deal with, that I know I deal with, and I hold myself accountable. So I go get the help. If I need outside help, I go get the outside help. If it's something that I can't do on my own, I go get the outside help to fix that situation. to manage that situation.
Do you think there are people who don't have the ability or don't have resources?
100%. There are some people who don't have the ability to get said help. There are some people who don't know where to start. There are some people who are maybe too embarrassed to ask. Like self accountability is tough because you have to acknowledge to yourself that you have a problem first. Mm-hmm. And then once you acknowledge to yourself you have a problem, you gotta humble yourself enough to go out and seek help. And a lot of times people won't humble themselves enough to go out and seek help. Sometimes people don't know where to go seek the help because they didn't have the opportunity to humble themselves to figure out where to go seek the help. In our community, we don't talk about mental health enough to go see a psychiatrist, to go talk to somebody. You know, we try to handle it all on our own. And I think if you see yourself in a situation where you know you need some help before you go off the rails, you might want to go out and seek said help. But doing nothing,
you might not know.
But doing nothing can't be like doing nothing can't be an excuse either, though.
No, but you might not even know. You have to even know that how if I live in a house, I have friends growing up, bro, who lived in houses of chaos. And I ain't talking about I'm talking about chaos, like you can spend that over my house for the next week, chaos. You know what I'm saying? Just tell your old lady you'll be over here, and you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Chaos, unimaginable chaos. That chaos to the point where that a child is even in this environment is unbelievable. Where everybody around is chipping in to help because this child is in this environment.
Everything you're saying, I've experienced firsthand.
Okay, so now saying all that, if this child, in fact, this child who happened to grows up and falls into the same exact trap that we saw his mother go through, ends up dying the same way his mom did, right? And this story repeats itself over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And there's only two answers that really, it was a bunch of answers, but you're saying that the key to stopping that cycle is a person having self-control or self understanding that I have a problem and recognizing the self-control. And I'm saying that if that's the case, if what you're saying is the key, then are you saying that most people don't have self-control? Are you saying that
I've also seen
entire generations of people who don't have self-control?
I've also seen this example that you speak of on both sides of the coin, where one person is choosing to keep going down the road of what's been happening, and I've seen someone choose to get as far away from it as they can. They use said resources they had. If that meant going to go live with somebody over here until I can do a little bit better, if that meant sleeping in the only thing I do have, which is a car. Like, I've seen it on both sides, firsthand.
I don't have. I'm 9. I'm 8, bro.
Again, you keep throwing variables out there, and I keep. No,
telling you. I'm telling this is a true story. I'm
telling you true stories. This ain't shit I'm making up. I'm telling you.
I'm
this.
saying.
I don't know how many more. I don't know how many more times I can tell you that I've seen both sides of the coin of this example.
We've all seen both sides of the coin, but you're saying
so I don't understand what the problem is. I'm telling you, I've seen.
No, it's no problem. But you're saying. I'm asking you. You telling me about. I'm asking you about these thousands and hundreds of thousands of examples of it not going well. And you telling me that, well, even though it's not going well, I've seen times that it went well. That
ain't what I'm saying. I'm saying it's
then what are you saying?
JB, I'm saying it's not went well and it has went well. I understand what you're saying.
So I'm asking you.
And I'm telling you, I keep telling you, you have to want to remove yourself from said environment if you see that's not what you want. Some people, they've been dealt a bad hand and they don't know how to remove themselves from said environment. And some people do. And along the way, some people have had opportunities from help within or without to remove themselves from said environment. But at the end of the day, you got to hold yourself accountable. If you don't want to move out of that environment, then you're not going to move out of that environment. If you want to, then you'll find a way to get out. It's happened good and bad. Yes, there are some people who just haven't got out of that environment and went down the same path of many people before them, and it's ended in death or incarceration. And then there's other people who have went down that path and said, whoa, this ain't what I want to do. Let me find a way to move around and change this cycle that's been going on.
Question. The people who didn't move from their environment, right?
Okay.
Why are they not moving from that environment?
I can't answer that question. That's a question that I can't answer. That would be a question. That would be a question that you would have to ask someone. Like, prime example, I can't answer the question of what triggered someone to see themselves in that environment and remove themselves from it. I can't answer said question. You would have to ask someone why they stayed or why they didn't change. I can give you my opinion of what I would think.
But what I'm saying is this. They're doing studies and saying this, and this is going to lead to that every time. This, and if you don't have this, that, and that in this stage of your life, you have an 85 percentile chance of moving in this direction. You have to get this, and and they're not getting it for a myriad of reasons, but they're not getting it. So now, when this soup has been poured and it's boiled and it's been cooked, and your fruits come out of this concoction you cooked, that's been cooked up, and now them 7-year-olds are 14 and they're doing the things how do you deal with those 14? How do you can't just tell them, man, you got to make a better decision. I ain't never had a chance to know what a better decision was.
Well, let me ask you a question. You are a community activist. How do you do it? How do you mentor that 14-year-old that comes through your programs and you see that they're on the wrong track? How do you mentor them? What are the things that you're saying as a mentor in your community to help change that narrative to some of these youth that you see come through?
Well, the first thing you have to do is see where they're coming from.
No, we're past that. You're ingrained in the community, so you have some idea.
No, you don't.
You don't now.
Hold on, no. Listen, you have to go to that kid and understand what he's going through him, and you have to find out. Okay, well, what's going on at home? Okay, what's the home life like? What's the motivation at home?
So you just answered my question.
Hold up. What's the structure at home?
You've just answered my question.
So listen. Once I get those type of questions answered or get some kind of fix on that, it could be time for like, damn, it's gonna be an uphill battle, right? It's gonna be times when you can say everything and put everything in front of them, but everything you're saying is not being reinforced at home.
100%. It could be times you could say and do all the right things, and you just can't help that child, right? Mm-hmm. But you also can say and do all these things, and you're helping somebody else as well too, though, right? Because you're not going to be able to help everybody. Some people will listen, some people won't. But
it's not. No, it's not that.
Listen to what I'm saying. No, you won't be able to help everybody because you could have that one teen or that one youth that you're mentoring, and no matter what you say, how you approach them, how you bring it to them, how you present it, it go in one end out the other, or they don't process.
But it's not that they're not listening. It's not that they're not listening or not processing. It's that they have another influence.
I didn't say
that's what I'm saying. They have another influence that's more prominent, that has more time, has a deeper clutch on them. And so my influence is in this arena, and we're trying to use that arena to get in so we can expand, so you can see past this 3-mile radius and see this whole big globe, right? But as their 3-mile radius is their entire world, like any person of that age. Your world most of the time is your 3-mile radius, because that's what you live through. That's your experience. That's everything you've learned. For the most part, is in this space and you learn it from the people who closest to you. So if all your influence is negative, and now you coming to me and I'm saying, hey man, that's a bad decision. Well, shit, my uncle, my dad is so and so and so. My big brother is so and so and so. Man, but look what happened to them. They X, Y, Z. Man, they just got caught. They don't get caught, right? it's the amount of time it took for that young person to take in this personality. You need that amount of time to change him back. You know, you can't. It's not gonna happen in a year.
So why do you do what you do?
Because it's something that's needed and is needed, and you want to plant the seed. But just like you said,
so hold on, time out. So with all the things that you've just said that are derailers, have you gotten through that are derailers or roadblocks or pitfalls? Yeah. Do you have any? You don't have to explain them, but do you have examples of when you did these things and you've gone through to that youth and you see that they got on the right path?
Probably so, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, that in itself, you are a walking example of what I've been saying for the past 45 minutes.
What does that mean, though?
What do you mean? What does it mean?
What I'm saying is me saying that
I don't know what do you mean? What does it mean?
That's what I'm saying. Me saying that I got kids that I talk to that listen to and they call along and help them, and I'm gonna say, yeah, that's what's up. So what? If I was counting the wins, like, no, we trying to see.
Well, I would assume you're not in it to count the wins or losses. I would assume you're in it to help as many people as you can.
No, I'm in it. Somewhat, but you're also
in it. You're in it. No. I would assume that you're in it to help as many people as you can and to be a part of that change when we're talking about changing the narratives within our communities. I would assume that's why you're in it.
Well, it's more about creating a space and creating a way of thinking.
That's what I just said. Literally, that's what I just said.
Changing the narrative, I don't know.
That's what I just said. Yeah, I guess you're creating a space. That's what I just said.
Great, but what I'm saying is creating a space. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I guess. But what I'm saying is, I'm not looking at like, well, I told him he listened and he didn't. So I'm like, I'm not even really focused on the ones that listen, because if they listen, that's what they're supposed to do, right? I'm more focused, or not. I have to put more energy into thinking, well, why does this? What about these over here? Like, that's what they do with the census. Like, okay, we need to get numbers to see what steps that, so we can understand. Oh, in this area, this thing happened, that thing happened, that thing happened. We got data to understand. So what I'm saying, the data is saying, if these things happen to this young person in these ages at these times, then the data says they turn into this.
Boogie, I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is everything that you have explained is what I said 45 minutes ago. Is that when that person has there are times where these people have opportunities to change the narrative when they run into the Coach Boogies of their community. Now you're doing the work. Now your rebuttal to what I said was you explaining your work. I understand the work you're doing. I understand I understand the pitfalls of the work that you're doing. What you are doing is explaining to me the pitfalls of the work that you're doing. I get all of that. I totally understand all of that.
I'm not. All I'm asking is, when I say that there's the section, like going all the way back, the ones that have the bad upbringing and around, just because they talk to a Coach Boogie or a coach or a mentor, just because they talk to a mentor 1 hour a day for 5 days a week, right? They got 23 hours a day when they have 18 people who they have blood ties to, who they grew up with, who's telling them all this bad stuff or giving them all these bad morals.
But we can't control that, though.
I know we can't control that. So now I'm saying, when that person does with that design in that mold, you end up here all the time. You end up here. In courtroom, in nefarious situations, in nefarious outcomes.
You can't say all the time, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm saying there's a large percentage that ends up in that. When you do this, that, and the other, a large percentage end up in these situations. So now, when I come to the court, if the court says, "Oh man, you this age, you knew better," blah blah blah, you get the full time or you get the lot of time, and I say, as the lawyer or as man, I talked to this kid's family. His mom was on drugs. His dad got killed when he was 2. His environment bred him. So I'm not saying he's innocent. It's not an excuse, but I'm saying, can we have something? Can we not get 4 years of him being in with more criminals when his brain is still forming? Can we get 2 years of this special class over here and put him in something low max when he can get better? Like, that makes sense. As opposed to saying, man, no, you made an adult decision, so you get adult time, but you're not an adult though.
Nobody argued that, what you just said, though.
You said, if you said,
you have to understand the example we started with. We started with molestation and murderers. That's the examples we started with.
You said the guy who shot.
That's what
the guy who got 5 years. The guy who got 5 years because he whipped Pop Smoke.
100%.
How are you getting 5 years? I'm getting 5 years from I'm 18 years old, and I didn't even pull the trigger. He did. I didn't know, man. We don't know no better, bro.
You don't think he should have got any time?
I didn't say that. But I'm saying,
so what do you think he should have got?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the kid's history, but I'm saying if he falls under that radar with the kid kind of kept talking about, I'm like, man, he shouldn't get. He should be placed somewhere where he can be rehabilitated.
I don't think he's in. He ain't grown. He's not in grown man prison though, bro. He's not in grown. He's not in grown man. He's not in like prison. 100%. He's in a juvenile facility. And he only got 4 years, 100%. He didn't get tried. He didn't. What I'm telling you is he didn't go to the grown up max prison and all that bullshit. He got a reduced sentence because of his age. He was 1 year younger than the other guy.
Yeah, they should have both got the same 2-3 years.
Because I don't know. I think you can't say that, bro. I'm not finna sit here and say they should have got 2-3 years for killing somebody, bro. You willingly ran up in somebody's house to rob them and kill them, bro, or Airbnb or whatever, bro. So you shouldn't get no fucking 2 years, bro. That's bullshit.
I agree. I don't know what else you get, but I'm saying like I think that every case. The only
issue I have with what you're saying is the accountability part. It seems like, and I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying what it comes across as. I'm not saying that you mean this. It's coming across as if we're omitting some accountability for the actions. That's all I'm saying.
No, we're not. We're just saying that
it comes across that way.
I'm saying like this. We're not giving any. There's no excuse. There's no excuses being given here. But we're going to judge. We want to judge. We're not going to judge this book by its cover, right?
No, we're judging the book by the contents of it. So judging the book by the cover,
the whole content of the book.
Judging the book by the cover would be like you look like a killer. But if the evidence is pointing to you are a killer or you've been peddling these drugs and peddling these drugs gives you a 5-year sentence, I don't care. Yeah, your mom was on drugs. Your dad died when he was 2. You've been peddling these drugs. These cover a 5-year max. After 2 years, you got the chance of probation. Man, that's the sentence you get, bro. And hopefully, now what I will say, there should be some rehabilitation opportunities within said sentence. You should be able to have the opportunity for rehabilitation. 100%.
Yeah. Like I said, this is different ways of thinking.
You got to have some accountability, though, bro. You got to be accountable. You got to be accountable for your actions. Like ignorance is not an excuse for no accountability,
bro. You can't. But all I'm saying is, you can't tell. We're not as people. We're not X. We're not X. We're a sum total of X, right? So the same person who might have shot somebody when they was 17 could be a world changer at 40. The same person who was a pimp at 19, 25 could be a pastor at 40. The same person. Like,
Now this is what I don't understand. Now you're giving me this logic, but then you're the one that told me that if me and you were both involved in a crime and we're products of my environment and you go to jail and I don't, you're going to tell me because I need to go to jail and do my time. Those were your words. And that was your example.
Yeah. And what I say, I didn't say you need to go to jail for doing it. I said, if I go to jail and you still doing it, And I didn't talk. And you.
I don't know no better, book.
But I'm telling you. But I'm okay. So I'm saying that neither did I. And my point behind
neither did
saying was
you.
that,
But now you know better. So you telling me, hey, it's a better way. We shouldn't be doing this, right?
and you saying,
and I'm saying, nah, I'm gonna still keep doing this shit. That's the same example that you just told me about Coach Boogie, and that they ain't listening to you because while you had them for 3 hours, they got other outside influences over here. So it's the same shit. So I don't understand how on one way you got a philosophy over here where you need to go to jail too, and on this side you got a philosophy of where there needs to be some lenience. It needs to look at the fact that he was a product of his environment and his mama was this and that. Nah, there has to be some accountability.
That's what I'm saying.
Built into
on one end, I'm saying that we're adults.
I said the same thing about drug dealers. You told me I was caping for the drug dealers. You said I don't understand. You said I said something similar to this, and your words were I don't understand why you be caping for these drug dealers and murderers, bro. That's the words you told me.
What you say? What you say?
I don't remember exactly what I said. I would be lying. I would be lying if I told you exactly what I said.
I know, but
I know what you told me because I was because my mom was.
Why I said it?
My mom was. Well, why is he saying I'm caping like you caping for drug dealers? No, I'm not, bro. I'm not caping for drug dealers at all. Matter of fact, I honestly think I said some of these drug dealers should be doing 30 years for nonviolent crimes. That's what I said, and you said you caping for drug dealers. I said I'm not caping for drug dealers at all.
Because I feel sometimes I feel like selling drugs is a violent crime. But I'm consistent because I said the same thing about the Exxon person who embezzled. That's a violent crime. They should be treated like. So I'm showing my consistency.
It's not a violent crime. So,
but technically, motherfucker,
what if that's all they knew? What if they grew up in affluence and all they did was saw their grandfather and father
take advantage of poor people,
swindle poor people, and they thought that's just I was supposed to embezzle money. That I thought that's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. My daddy, Donald Trump, all he did was beat the loopholes in the IRS. I thought that's what you're supposed to do. That's good business.
Yeah.
And then you get caught up and go to jail. Should the judge show you leniency because of who your daddy was? And this is all allegedly. I ain't saying Donald Trump did this.
Yeah. So question. So, and that's what I'm saying. You're right, bro. And what I'm saying
let me finish. What I'm saying is, should I be like, oh, well, shit, my dad Donald Trump. You all no, nigga. You got in trouble trying to do this. Go take your ass to jail for 10 years for tax evasion.
But that's what they do, though. I'm saying what you're saying, what they do. They're like, I ain't know. I thought that was called. Oh, okay, first offense, boom, slap on the wrist.
That works for them. But again, and I told you that works for them because you have rich lawyers and rich families who are putting money in people's pockets. And so that works for them. It doesn't work for us when we roll up with the court appointed and we ain't got no rich family to give no donations to this fund or put money in this person's pocket. And we trying to say, well, man, we ain't know no better because my brother sold dope, my daddy sold dope. I thought I was supposed to sell dope. Well, I'm sorry to hear that these people in front of you sold dope, but you gonna go to jail too for selling dope. Like that's just how it works. It ain't fair.
So question. Okay, I got something I'm gonna add. I want to move on to the next subject, but when you say that, so if that's the case, then you feel like I feel. I'm like, because I'm saying that if they can get the pass, hold on, let me say, if they can get the pass that way, and they're doing the same damage, if not worse, like the things that they're doing is the catalyst of why these environments are being created.
I don't feel how you feel. Both of them need to go to jail. Both of them shouldn't get the pass. Both of them need to go to jail.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that I can feel what you're saying. Only thing I'm saying is that if we're being fair and going by how this works, let's make it fair across the. Not make it fair because
I'm saying what you're saying. Let's make it fair across the board. Send both their ass to jail, my nigga. That's what I'm saying. I feel what you're saying, but I'm saying send them both to jail. Fuck that leniency shit because my daddy did this and my mama did that. Nah, you had an opportunity to be the change and you knew better. And instead you didn't. You know better, do better. The absence of knowledge can't be the excuse for ignorance. No.
The absence of knowledge is exactly that's. But
the absence of knowledge can't be the excuse for ignorance. I don't, bro. Nah, bro. No.
If I don't know it, I'm moving on. But I'm just asking you. Listen, if I don't know it, how hold up.
You can't tell me that I don't know better, bro. If I didn't see my old man and my brother go to jail 5 times for doing this shit, you can't tell me that I don't know that, hey, man, I probably shouldn't be doing this. You can't tell me that thought ain't crossed your mind at least twice.
But see, the way you're thinking about it is you think that they think jail is bad.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Right? It got to be bad if these niggas telling on each other to not go. If you doing everything to avoid jail, then you know you don't want to be there. And that's what I'm saying, bro. It ain't like, if you're doing everything in your power to avoid jail, then you know that's not a place I want to be. So if you have the wherewithal to know that this is not a place I want to be, then I can do better. I've never been to prison. I am ignorant of prison life. The ignorance of prison life is not an excuse for me to say that I didn't know it was a bad place, so I did something to go. No. No, 100% no.
That don't equate. I understand what you're saying. I'm not. I understand what you're saying.
It sounds like you're trying to take the accountability away from the equation. No. And you got to have accountability for your actions. You know, if you're doing everything within your power to avoid jail, then you know jail is not a place I want to be. And if you know doing this thing right here is associated with me going to jail for a long time, then I probably shouldn't be doing it. So when I actually do it, I shouldn't be going up here asking for
how you live your life.
100%. I don't want to go to jail for a long time, bro. So I don't do shit to not go to jail.
So you telling me that you know that if you drink and drive, you can get all these penalties, but you still drink and drive.
No, I don't drink and drive. I don't get drunk and drive. No,
I didn't say get drunk. I said drink and drive.
I don't drink and drive. I've been to the bar, I've had some drinks, and I've left. If I was inebriated, I'm calling Uber.
But inebriated and drink and drive is not.
I can drink a certain amount of alcohol and pass a test and pass a sobriety test and not be drunk. If I'm drunk, I'm calling Uber. I hold myself accountable. If I'm going out drinking, I don't have my gun with me because I know if I get pulled over with a gun and I've been drinking, boom, I've broken the law. So I don't have a firearm with me if I'm drinking.
I'm gonna definitely put this part on the so they can see. I'm just saying,
they see you over there with the goofy face, nigga. I'm being 100%.
I ain't made no face.
Me and you went to the bar this past weekend. If I was too drunk to drive, or if I would have felt tipsy and I couldn't drive, I would have called Uber, or I would have called my wife to come get me.
I feel what you're saying, bro. But I'm just saying that you're still predicated upon how you feel, and I'm saying that that's not what the law says, bro. The law doesn't say if I feel like I'm drunk or if I feel I'm tipsy. It says that if I blow
point something, whatever it is, and I'm legally drunk, then yeah, but I can probably drink 4 beers before I'm legally drunk. That's 100%. It's body weight, it's tolerance, it's all of that. So you mean to tell me if I go? You mean to tell me? No. If I drink 3 beers right now,
yeah,
and then in an hour I leave the house, am I legally drunk? I'm asking.
I don't really know the what's kind of.
I gotta take a sobriety test, and I gotta take a sobriety test, and I gotta blow in the little breathalyzer, right?
So if that happens, and let's say somebody hits you. Was the insurance company gonna pay out for you, or they're gonna be like, "Oh, he had drink. He wasn't legally drunk, but he had drinks in the car." Is that gonna play out in your favor more than likely?
No one said drink. Whoa! And see, now you talking about drinks in the car. What you mean about drinks in the car?
No,
open containers in the car.
No, you were 0.3 under legally drunk, but you had been drinking.
I ain't legally drunk. Somebody ran into me. It's no issue.
You think so?
I know so.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not really up on my what's called law, so I don't know. But I would assume that it wouldn't be good for the person to be drinking. But anyway, what is your top 5? First off, what's the name of this podcast, man?
My camera finna die.
That's the name of the podcast, dog. It's a 16 shot podcast.
Well, I know that, but my camera finna die.
I know, man. That's what they're gonna think the name of podcast is my camera finna die, man.
2 hours in, I'm just gonna put it on the front anyway. So all of this, that's gonna get deleted out.
Deleting this.
I'm gonna edit that out.
So now I gotta edit.
You don't have to edit anything. You can roll with how you want.
No, I don't want it to be, I want it to be professional.
That's never stopped you in the past. You've always dropped shit that I've edited out on. If you think it can make me look bad, you drop it on your visuals.
I'll be dropping it. I'll drop it flat. You see, it depends on my time frame. If I got time, I'll edit, but I never, bruh, stop it. Stop the cap.
I 100% looked.
Bro, I'd never throw you
I 100% looked on Facebook and like, oh, I see what he did there. Dub being speechless, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay,
bro. I never
100%. You are a bus driver of Dub. Matter of fact, you look for opportunities to throw me under the bus. I know the truth.
What?
100% you do.
You know what?
100% you do.
You're a funny guy, man.
You look for opportunities to throw me under the bus. You do. You really do.
You're a funny guy, man. You're a funny guy.
Matter of fact, like you spoke on it when we had the Misty Von B on. Mm-hmm. With the whole professional jab, because I don't fall for your antics anymore to get upset and scream and then act ass. I don't do that.
Professional jab.
Oh, you don't remember what you said? Mm-mm. Then go back and listen. I ain't gonna tell you.
Well, I don't know. Okay.
You don't listen to our podcast now, bro? You don't listen to our
listen to it, but I don't have things timestamped sometimes.
I don't have a timestamp, but I heard it.
You know what you said?
Yeah, I mean, you be knowing what I said because you'll come here. Yeah, man, I heard what you said. Man, you was wrong. So if you feel like I was wrong, then you would definitely bring it up.
Bro, here we go.
You've done that plenty of times. Don't act like you don't do that because you know you do that, Book. Don't act like you don't do that.
I will point out to you.
Keep it a buck. Keep it real.
You're not letting me speak because I'm going to keep it real. I point out to you a place where I think, or I might be like, you know what, right here, you might not have been on as point as you are, or you might not. I might not say that like that. But that's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, excuse me. No, man. I'm like, if I put something out, it's just to make it's a fun. And it's been over 8-9 months since I've chopped up anything small. Well, no, I chopped up Jackie one time. I just saw you just drop something that was like 3 weeks ago. Now the actual pod was a couple of months old, but you just dropped it 3 weeks ago. That's what I'm saying.
But you just dropped it 3 weeks ago. And out of that entire interview, out of that entirety of that interview, you dropped that one piece, and I'm like, oh, that's
what piece was it?
Go back and look, my guy. Go back and look, my guy.
Tell what it was, man.
No, I want you to go back and look, my guy. Yeah.
It's the same. You know what? This is how you be doing, bro. This is why you're a funny guy, because you'll say, "Oh man," but then I go back and look at the titles and some of the titles of the episodes. I'd be like, man, this guy here, boy.
That'd be funny titles, bro.
Oh, this would be.
That'd be funny titles.
It'd be funny titles.
It'd literally be something that was said in the pod. I just named it the title.
I'll let you. We can ride with that one, bro.
Well, I mean, you would know that if you listen to the pod in its entirety.
No.
What was the name? What was the name? What was the time out? What was the name of the last pod I dropped?
Last one you dropped.
Wow.
I don't know, bro. I forgot.
Wow.
Because I'm thinking about the titles that you put on there that had nothing to do with what we really talked about in the pod. It might have had everything to do with something that was totally different.
I brought up gay vampires and named the pod Gay Vampires. Or something in that extent.
I'm not talking about that.
So it's not always about you. You know what I'm saying? I mix it up.
No. These 2 or 3 were 100% about me, and only me and you knew, or me and you maybe somebody. But I'm like, about I don't say anything. I just I understand. It's funny. I got the joke. I understood it, but. Are you thinking right now?
Not at all, to be honest with you. I'm thinking about my camera from the cutoff.
Oh. But see, I'll do like you said. I'll send you what I'm talking about, and then you go. I just want you to
you'll send me what?
I'm saying to you. particular, and so you can laugh about it because you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
Don't send it to me because if you feel like I've wronged you,
I'm not saying you wrong, bro.
If you feel like I've wronged you, you're not above sending me a 2,000 word essay text about how I've wronged you, man.
I ain't leave it. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm reformed and changed, man.
No, you're not, man. I talked to the kid last night. He say, man, that nigga Bug be tripping, man. I say, yeah, Bug be tripping.
That's not true.
That is 100% true. I had a conversation with the king last night, man.
But he ain't said I be tripping, man.
Nah, he definitely said his words were, man, I be having, I'm talking about keep Bug in line.
See what I'm saying, wild. Man.
Everybody know you wild, man. You a wild boy, though. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you a wild boy, though, man. You a wild boy, man. I love
I am not, bro. I am not, man.
Hey, before my camera died, let me ask you what you meant by this right here, man. You said everybody selling something, but what they said, what was that you said, bro?
Everybody selling something. Everybody advertising. What I say? Everybody advertise. What I say?
Everybody advertising, but they ain't selling.
Yeah.
What you meant by that?
Bro, people be selling stuff.
What they be selling?
Push. I'm trying to figure out, man.
I'm asking you. What you saw? What you saw?
I'm just saying that if I click on your story and you're pushed and you have are you saying good morning? Are you just whatever? But then it comes to the point where like, man, you kind of advertising something, man. Like, why would I have 18 pictures of me with my shirt off doing this? You know what I'm saying? Why would I have 10 pictures of that?
Oh,
I'm not a bodybuilder.
Like if
I'm
you're
not a workout coach.
If you're not trying to solicit cock to females, maybe you shouldn't be. Like, why are you saying I wear a size 13? I'm a Mandingo warrior. My extremities are long. I make young ladies make wild noises. If you're not selling cock to these young ladies, you probably shouldn't be doing all that. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not. I'm never selling anything. But if I'm saying if we're having some jovial jokes,
so you advertising. So why these people can't? So why these people can't be jovially putting pictures up?
They could be. But I was saying,
and they also
just
could
like
be selling right?
you feel like I might be selling something.
You might be.
Then I feel like they might be selling something.
I don't judge.
That's
what I'm saying? I support you.
I'm not judging either.
If you got an OnlyFans,
I'm just trying to figure it out.
If you got an OnlyFans, I donate the young ladies subscription. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna look at it, but I'll find you like 5 or 6 young ladies, and I pay for their subscription so they can see you, the premium boogie channel. You know what I'm talking about? If that's what you're doing,
we can do that, man. I'll be up there like this.
Nah, but I really think that you'll wild out a little bit. Like I don't think that you'll be butt ass on OnlyFans, but I think if you had an OnlyFans, you'll wild out a little bit, bro. I could definitely. I gotta say pause when I said pause. But I definitely could see you, not physically see, but I wouldn't be shocked if I found out that Boogie was the masked nigga on somebody's OnlyFans. You know, like the OnlyFans chick who be getting hit by a dude, but she don't want nobody to know that's a dude, so he wears ski mask. I definitely could not see pause, but if I found out you was doing that, I wouldn't be shocked.
I could see, man. Look, if I get in the gym, which I'm trying to, but man, it's shit hard at this age, bro. But if I get in the gym for 3 months straight, all summer, and I can just take topless photos on and get paid on. Hell yeah, I get on OnlyFans. Why, shit? Why not?
What's your female gonna say about that?
What, he got paid today?
So she's 100% cool with you having OnlyFans.
Why would she not? Why would anybody be cool when they're having OnlyFans, bro? I
mean, if that's your lady friend, your main, your female, I don't want to put no label on that. I'm just saying. I'm not even saying you have one. I'm just asking, like, if you were in that situation, do you think she would be cool with her guy having OnlyFans?
She has to be. Why wouldn't she be? If she don't, then she just ass out.
Fuck her wishes, and
It's not about fuck her wishes. I'm just saying that if I got pictures of myself up and I'm getting paid, I'm just a model. I'm a model. That's it.
That's how the bitches explain it to their dudes. I'm just a model.
That's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Look, I like to play with toys and OnlyFans. But
that's what I'm saying. That's what you want to do. I'm not doing all that, but
you cool with your girl doing that? Just like she's just banging herself on OnlyFans. You cool with that?
If she doing that and I'm doing that, we might as well get paid together.
Nah, you not doing it. You work at UPS. I would hop in. You work at UPS, bro, and then like your homie was like, "Hey, bro, man, check this OnlyFans out," and you look and it's your girl banging herself on his phone. You not gonna feel away?
What I'm gonna say? No, why?
You not gonna feel away?
Why would I? Okay. I'm asking you, what supposed to feel?
Like, damn, my girl really got here on other people's phones banging herself.
Yeah, but she banging herself.
Okay, bro. And now you want, I'm talking about, you walk through the Galleria shopping, holding hands, and they go Gisela.
Yeah, I'm with Gisela. They'll be like, that nigga with Gisela, man. Oh, boy, look at it, motherfucker.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm not buying the wolf ticket you're selling, bro.
I'm not jealous, bro. Why I'm not jealous, bro.
That's not a jealousy thing, but
you saying she banging herself? If she by herself, if she taking pictures, bro. It's three things. One, if she doing that, she told me, and I already got cool with it. Two, if that's what she do, it's what she do. And three, if she
so you said the perfect thing though. You said she told me, and you were cool with it. But when I asked you if she ain't cool with it, you said, "Oh well." You said if she told you and you cool with it.
She told me, so I'm cool with it. She told me what she do. Oh, I know what she do, and I'm gonna accept that if that's what if she, yeah, man, if that's what she do, bro.
So at no point will you be like, I ain't feeling that, but if that's what you want to do it. I'm gonna be cool with it.
Why would I not feel it? How is that doing anything to me?
You draw some weird lines, and I can't really say. And it's not a knock. It's not a knock to you at all. I was gonna ask you a question, but the question is too specific for me to ask, so I'm not gonna ask it. But
I'm saying that if she does
my question would be if that's the mentality you take towards that, then why would you? Why would other things bother you? Like if
what bothers me?
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say if this person was committed to a sorority and you were like, why are you wasting your money with said sorority over there? Like, why? And it's not taken out from the household. You just don't understand why they commit themselves to that sorority or something. You would that was a debt. In the example I'm using without trying to put your business in the streets, that was a deal breaker for you. But when we talk about this,
I think hold up. I think when you asked me that, because we got to the same conversation, and you were asking me if it was a deal breaker that I had gone through, or whether I really we had got confused about whether I had really gone through it, or whether it is a deal breaker. So what I'm saying is
I'm not saying you went through it. I'm just
I'm saying that if they in a sorority, bro, if I'm asking you why are you going and fucking with that, and you saying for sisterhood, I'm like, you paying for sisterhood? It's weird to me. It's weird to me because you can get sisterhood without paying for it and do the same things with people you like. If you say that that's like your clique, and you've been knowing, and you got 3 friends that you knew before that, and all them in it, and oh yeah, we just doing it together as a friendship, and we like their core values, whatever. But as far as if somebody, man, I don't know, I could date a girl who did porn maybe. That might be a little difficult. That might be difficult because I'm like, damn, that nigga knocking my gal down. That'll feel weird. But she banging herself on camera, I wouldn't trip, man. Like shit. I just know niggas like my gal. She getting paid too. I'm like, that just means that a bunch of niggas like my gal.
I couldn't date a porn star. I wouldn't want to date a porn star. Let me put it that way. I'm not saying that because you're a porn star, you can be a good person or a good match. I probably wouldn't do it.
I couldn't date a porn star because I don't do porn.
Probably
if I did porn, if I did porn, I could date a porn star because I would have a better grasp on how it feels to have meaningless, non-caring sex like they having it, or sex for money. I would understand better. I've never been in a situation where I'm just knocking her down because she paying me. Or I'm just knocking her down. I ain't never been in a situation.
You never got paid to knock nobody down?
Technically, no.
Okay.
Technically. No, but I'm saying
I ain't saying nothing. I just said I was moving on. I couldn't date a porn star. This is weird because I couldn't date a porn star. I wouldn't date you if you did OnlyFans. We could swing though. Yeah, we could switch. We can go to like a sex club or something, and you can get knocked down by somebody while I'm knocking somebody down. I won't feel away. Huh?
You don't be going to swing clubs, do you?
Yeah. So what you drinking over there, bro?
I'm just saying because I don't want to walk in one day and
you not, bro. You really not about that life. You be trying to make it sound like you about that life. You ain't about that life though. You better chill out. You better chill out before she hit you with something.
What you talking about?
I see you looking to the right, bro. You better chill out.
All right, man.
You better chill out.
Bro, you want me to pan the camera over there?
Man, you ain't got to do all of that, man. Last time you got your headphones on, man. Last time we went through this foolishness, some shit was flying across the screen. So
why you be making up these stories? Anyway, like I was saying, what we saying? Swing.
It's not made up. It's on
swing.
YouTube.
You said swing, and then you said
it's, we can go to like we can go to like one of the resorts and like the resorts in the Bahamas where you leave your door open and they have costume parties and people come in and go and you decide what you want to do and you wear your wristband and let them know what you want to do and what you will do.
The thing about that is, one, is there like a clause that everybody has to take some kind of test?
I mean, you're a consenting adult, so you should use protection.
Then now we talking about like, I don't know, bro. I mean, that's why I have that's the deterrent for me to jump in. Like, man, that's awkward.
Using protection is awkward.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you should be using protection if you're having relations with someone that you're not normally intimate with and y'all have not had tests. If y'all have both went and if y'all have both went and got tested, you can have unprotected sex. But I'm pretty sure that you have had sex with someone in your life that you have had to use protection for.
I've had to?
I mean, you've banged someone. You
see how you throwing dirt on my name?
I'm not throwing dirt on your name.
I'm pretty sure that you've had to use protection on somebody.
So you mean to tell me every female that you've had sex with, you've had time to vet them out and y'all both go get tested? I'm asking.
I wouldn't. No.
You wouldn't say that, would you? That's what I thought.
I wouldn't. No. I'm
in those instances, you've used protection. Am I correct? Unless you just wanted to play roulette with your life.
No. In those few instances, yeah. But what I'm saying,
I don't think there's few as you're saying. So what I would say is, it's no different than that.
That's that dirt I would talk about. You know what I'm saying? That's
I didn't say it was a lot. I didn't say you were a whoremonger.
Well, why are you?
I'm just saying keep it a buck. I'm just saying keep it a buck. Keep it 100, bro.
That's one thing you could just let fly by. And we can keep going.
Well, nah, you the one. When I brought her protection, you frowned upon that shit. Like, how dare you?
That's what I'm saying.
With protection on.
I'm saying that if I'm gonna go all in to have the experience, man, I want to have the experience. I don't want to be having an experience and like the old man told me a long time. See what I'm saying? This is going all the way back to our first conversation about bad influences growing up. I remember old man told me a long time, like, the condom getting all the pussy. And I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about because I was young.
How old were you?
Like 8, 9.
Yeah, I mean, why is he being that reckless talking to a 9-year-old like that anyway? But at 9 years old, in a bad environment. But at 9 years old, you didn't understand. But you lived in a good enough environment where you could have went home and said, what homie meant when he said the condom getting out of pussy?
No, you see.
That's
your assumption because you don't understand a Catholic household.
Oh, so you knew better because you was Catholic, so you knew better.
How I knew better?
All the freaks be Catholic though, so I mean,
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. So how I knew better? The environment. It don't have to be that it's a negative environment because it's depleted of.
But now you Catholic, so
hold on. Let me finish.
Pause.
Let me finish.
Old man told you the condom get out of pussy at 8 years old, bro. Was you in the choir?
Let me finish. Well,
you got to hurry up because my camera's really finna cut off. You got like a minute.
Okay, so you can have an environment that is poor of morals and doesn't have to be depleted of resources. I could be in the Catholic Church in an affluent area, but the people around that are influencing me are suppressed sexually or are sexually deviant. So it's a bunch of freaking going on, and that's normal. It's hidden in a normal. It's a normal hit. It's a normalcy that's hidden till it becomes like, oh yeah, we go to the back of the thing to finger the girls and what's called it, or yeah, all the Catholic girls they suck dick and take it in the ass because they don't want to. Because as long as it's not in the vagina, they still virgins, and that becomes normal. Shit like that. But anyway, going back to the condom shit, like nigga said, the old man said this shit, man. And he planted the seed that like condoms is bullshit. So now as I get to 12 and 13 and I'm really using condoms and I'm still young, so it might be time where I might, just go, just Russian roulette, bow, you know what I'm saying? And like, this shit feel different, nigga, man. The condom is getting all of us, you know what I'm saying?
But at 45, you should know better.
I know better. That's what I'm saying.
And you do better because you know better. So if you have to hit something questionable, you put a condom on, I hope.
I'm not even doing nothing questionable at this point. Why would I even fuck with some questionable shit at this point?
I can't say I don't want to say because it's going to sound like hate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to be like, I'm a narrative painter.
Bruh, I can, man, if I was a different type of dude, I would take the background and just do faces and bodies and just
that would be very immature of you if you would like to show faces and bodies of young ladies you've had relations with on your podcast platform and they have not given you consent to show off their names and their faces and bodies. The fact that crossed your mind makes you slightly dirtbaggish.
No, I didn't do it though.
But it crossed your mind, so it makes you slightly dirtbaggish.
I crossed mine because you were building a case to say that I dealt with questionable females. I'm like,
whoa, time out. Just because she cute don't mean she ain't questionable.
I'm talking. It was gonna be tasteful pictures. It wasn't gonna be nothing.
Just because he or she,
these are professional people.
Just because he or she is a professional person, don't mean it's questionable.
See how you do.
The only reason why I said he or she because I didn't want our female audience to think that we were calling only females questionable or loose. It could be a male too. There are male whores out there as well.
How I know about male whore?
I'm just saying in general. We're talking about people who could be questionable in our female audience to say, hey, why are they only referring to the questionable acts as females? Men do questionable things
talking
too.
about me. That's why to help the female fans because we're talking about people that I've had relations with, and he was somewhat insinuating that there was a question mark about I was not insinuating that at all. I actually felt like I just explained that in my last two sentences. You didn't have to take the extra step to explain that I wasn't saying that you hit men. Like there was no need. There was no need for you to say that you don't hit men when I told two sentences of I'm not saying you hit men. Pause, man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pause, man.
I mean, if you want to pause it, I say play, but go ahead though.
I mean, no,
that's
pause,
crazy, bro. Did you just always go to some gay shit at least once a pod, bro?
You talking about me?
Yes, you.
Me. I'm the one.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right, well, my camera finna cut off. This has been another episode of the 16 Shots Podcast with Young James Boogie.
Young James Boogie, you are crazy.
Hey, yo, Dub.
Tell me how you took, and I'm gonna tell you what I meant.
And we out.
No, I'm talking about instruments to get the bitches, man.
Like, you look so small right now.
Pause.